Oh, you burped just before it went live. And welcome to Political Trendy Radio episode 48 for the 11th of December 2015. You can email the show at ellinthemood@gmail.com, facebook.com/politicaltrendyradio for our Facebook page, Twitter is at PTRadio666, and other various links that you know if you follow the show. My name is Elliot Lindemood, and here is, yeah.
I am the Jim. I do shit.
Is it my turn to talk now?
Yes.
My name is Ian Smith, and I'm the reason this show is not going to be shipped today. So, I'm here with the blind guy who I just met a couple of days ago on Facebook. And is this a picture of the other guy? Is he blind too? Because I notice he's wearing glasses like a blind guy. Am I doing a show with nothing but blind people?
No, I can see perfectly fine.
Oh, yeah, I thought you... so are you just mocking him by wearing those glasses?
Yes, no. But wouldn't that be awesome if he was?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
See, it's a real self-deprecating kind of show here. We don't,
All right, so just for you people who aren't familiar with me, my name is Ian Smith. I smoke a lot of weed. You can follow me on Twitter. It's /PuffThisRadio. I'm also on Facebook, the same bullshit, /PuffThisRadio. And I guess we should start with a circle jerk for the new people and the people that follow me who are just listening to this for the first time to find out who everyone is. Now, I talked to, I forgot the blind guy's name again. What was your name again?
Elliot.
Elliot. Oh, sorry about that. You're going to have to forgive me, Elliot. It's the weed.
Yeah.
It's got some chronic kryptonite shit that I got from some fucking Haitian, and these motherfuckers are crazy. And okay, so Elliot, that like E.T. That's easy to remember. I can fuck with that. And who's the other guy? What's his name?
That's
I
Jim.
am Jim.
Jim.
I'm the asshole.
Jim the asshole, and so I'll
Elliot,
be in the weed head, and Elliot the blind.
The blind
Blind
asshole.
engineer. All right, so I guess what people would like to know who are tuning in for the first time, because evidently a lot of people are going to be tuning in for the first time, is how did you two meet one another, and who are you, and a little bit about your background.
See, I ended up getting involved with this Metalgate movement, which has been pretty much anti-censorship, with the newest wave being people being shamed into silence because you're saying naughty words and naughty things, and filtered its way into the extreme metal scene and fucking makes me sick. He got on a show that was discussing it, not knowing what the fuck was going on, and that's how we met.
It said metal. It said metal, and I was like, okay, what? Mason was telling me about it, and actually, that's not the truth. We actually met in a crack house.
That would make more sense, but it would have to be the crack. It would have had to have been like someplace reminiscent of my attic, which was falling apart. The shitter was broke for a few years, so like people were just pissing shit out the window.
So, what do you normally do, Jim, that you can see?
What do I normally do? I usually work my ass off.
What's your profession? You're a cop?
I am a temporary employee at the moment because I had to work myself up from being fucking homeless into something. I started off with telemarketing after I finally fucking got out of the fucking shelter, and then I fucking went to fucking McDonald's, which I fucking hate McDonald's food, but whatever. Then I got involved with this temp agency. Was employed at one assignment for about 5 years.
Hold on. You used to do telemarketing?
That just doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
what did you try to sell?
It was actually telesurveying. I just say telemarketing because people grasp the concept of people calling you up. But what we were doing was like going on and checking out the effectiveness of advertising in different areas. You know, what TV shows do you watch between 5 and 9 p.m.? Do you watch this? Do you watch that? Do you watch the news? Do you watch the fucking late night show? The fucking cable networks?
you would call these people up like a stalker and just start asking them questions about what they're watching and shit.
That's
I
mean, I get those all the time. If you yeah, I get those kind of things all the time. I always give them very wrong answers. By the way, I always say,
Oh, please
well,
do.
watch nothing.
I called up this one. I called this one guy that said that he watches nothing but porn, and so I entered it into my computer. He watches porn and more porn, and he's a porn producer.
You have it? Oh, he's a producer. Do you have his number?
No, I don't fucking keep numbers. They're randomly generated from the damn program.
If a dude tells you he's a producer for porn, that's like a one-in-a-lifetime type of guy you get to meet.
I don't know. Jim knows some friends. I don't know, dude. Jim knows some friends.
Oh, you got a Rolodex full of porn producer friends. So he was just like nothing. He was a drop in the bucket to you.
You could say that. They're not really porn producers. We just did a homebrew porno together.
So you sound like you got some underground connections. Do you think you can hook me up with that ecstasy?
No, not anymore. I haven't touched a lot of these connections in years, and half of them are dead, and the other half are in prison. With the small percentage that isn't part of either half being fucking, straight edge now, more or less.
How fucking sad is that?
Dude, we're all like mid 30s to like early 40s.
No, but that you have like three options: either in prison, dead. It's the same with what somebody said about the hardcore punk scene. He said something about how sad is that the only options are dead, prison, or like totally reformed.
I wouldn't say totally reformed. I mean, I use the straight edge thing kind of jokingly. It's like we still go out and drink. And my one buddy's hitting up the younger generation for fucking pot connections, but that's all he wants, so I'm not going to find any of the crazy shit I used to be into.
I don't know any connections either. I used to, but...
Well, dude, weed is legal here. I mean, it's legal just about every place I go to, so...
well, ain't you special?
Yeah, aren't you special? I got a fucking vacation one of the places where it's fucking legal.
You know what?
Spark up again.
Let me tell you, here you can buy a plant for $20 from the store, just like you would a fucking apple tree or some shit. Well, I don't know where the fuck you go for an apple tree, but just regular gardening supply. You can just go there and buy a pot plant for $20, and in 3 months you're sitting on a couple pounds like I am right now.
You know what isn't legal, Jim? In the state you're in?
Oh,
Getting
fucking...
a blowjob from Jesus.
Yeah.
What happened?
Last year, some guy went to jail because he had simulated sex with a statue of Jesus, and they somehow called it vandalism just because he took a couple pictures and posted it on Facebook.
Not just that.
Like Mississippi?
No, Pennsylvania.
This is Pennsylvania.
Not just that, but he also got banned from Facebook for a while and 350 hours of community service.
I
used to have friends from Pennsylvania. Are you familiar with Johnstown?
I've been there a couple times. I don't know really anyone from there.
Well, I thought Pennsylvania was supposed to be pretty decent state.
It is a big state. We got fucking... The middle of it's kind of like, woodland, kind of like wasteland, kind of, wooded. There's no, like, big cities there.
The people there are pretty cool, man. I can't really think of an asshole that I met from Pennsylvania, but, I mean, this dude introduced himself to me as an asshole, so it's kind of...
I can think of one asshole I met. His name is Jim.
Yes, that would be me. I am the asshole. In fact, there's plenty of assholes here. It's just I am the king of them.
Yeah, this show's like a hive mind for assholes.
So I had a list because when fuck, did I forget the dude's name again? Elliot. I gotta think of E.T. the movie. Then the name pops in.
I think you should get off the weed and get on the acid.
Mm-hmm.
No, last time I did. It got really bad.
Oh man, acid's the shit though, man. The shit I used to see on that. Oh man.
Nah, fuck that, man. You take that shit, doorknobs start talking to you, telling you to kill people and
I
shit.
know, it's
I
fun.
know, that's what makes it great. I mean, I love it
Fuck
when the
that.
doorknob commands me to kill people, because then I could sit there and debate its mind. And
Then
then
it starts talking to
slapping
you
the
in doorknob
stereo.
talk like everyone gets a fucking turn, man.
If you watch some of the earlier episodes of this, the Friday ones,
Oh shit.
you'll hear a bunch of my old fucking party stories where I talk about the different shit I did on acid.
Yes. There's 47 episodes and about half, maybe a little more or less, just because sometimes I missed a day or so on
You know, I
Friday.
like
So
I like the shrooms. Have you done the shrooms?
well, I've done everything.
Who said that?
Uh,
The asshole or the
Elliot
black guy?
said that, and I said yes, I did just about everything too.
Oh, you did acid? A blind guy did acid? What was that like?
It was fun. You had voices coming at you from different places. You
Oh,
know, you felt like you were one with the universe.
so
Sorry,
you did
I
And you
the
mean
have
me.
really deep philosophical conversations, solving the secrets
Yes,
of the universe, which you
yes,
recorded on a camcorder. And then when you played back the tape, it was just 2 hours of you and your friend laughing at the stereo.
yes. But it meant something to you then.
well,
Mm-hmm.
wait a second. Let me ask you, Elliot. Your
Drinking this
default
frozen.
visionary state. Do you see black, or is it just like a nothingness, like where when one of us thinks about like the back of our heads, like you
No, because even
see
then
a
you could still
darkness?
see a little bit. It would be like Jim's chuckling in the background there. It would be like if I were to gouge your eyes out, which isn't something I'm ruling out. Let me just
But then I
say.
would see black, right? Like I would see like
No, you wouldn't see black. You'd see nothing. It would be.
A
It would.
complete lack of sensory input.
so
You might interpret it as black, but
Yeah.
the fact
right.
that he has no concept of color, he cannot describe what he sees.
I know what black is, but I'm just saying you wouldn't see any sort of color or anything. You would see
But how
nothing.
can you
You
know
would
what
have
black?
two. What?
How can you know what black is?
Well, I'm kind of been around this world a couple of years. People have kind of explained colors, and you kind of understand what dark and bright is because you live on this world long enough. You're gonna pick shit up.
That's fascinating. I'm wondering how your brain interprets that in terms of zeros and ones. If you have a completely separate hardware, you know what I'm saying?
No, it's
Like,
not separate at all. I mean, just because you're blind doesn't mean you like. Just because you're blind doesn't mean you think any different. You have to. I mean, your eyes don't work, so you have to.
right, but
Freaking
that's hardware.
what's the
That's
word? You have to basically just change what you know. Well, not change because I've never done it, but you have to just basically compensate. But as far as processing information and getting information, your brain works the same whether you're blind, deaf, or uh, or Portuguese.
yeah. I think it has to make like a replacement. Like if you can't see the color yellow, you can't say I know yellow. I mean, you might know something. Something is happening in your brain when you hear the term yellow, but you know what, Jim, the asshole. What do you think? Am I making sense, or is it the way?
That is actually making sense, but it's a fucking dull question to me because it's just a complete lack of the sense. That's all it is. You have one.
But you do know yellow. I mean, you don't know what it looks like, but you can. If I ask Jim, would because I have a kind of a concept of light and dark or whatever, because like I said, I've been around this world long enough. People have explained it to me. So if I ask Jim, so is yellow a light or dark color? I can kind of have a thing. Yeah, I don't grasp the fullness of it, but I think I have good enough understanding to understand that yellow's not a. Sometimes it could be an ugly color. It's the color of piss. It's the color of school buses and
Oh, so
fucking
that's how
bananas.
you interpret ugliness. Like
I
uh,
no. That's. I mean, I.
you associate it with like something vile, like
How
piss.
do I interpret ugliness? I mean, if like a die-cast car is in my hand. I could fucking tell if it's ugly just by looking at the lines and going, yeah, I don't like the way this back end doesn't slope. It just ends suddenly. Like the people, I know people are going to disagree with me, but I don't like the way the new Corvettes look because it looks to me like the designer just died halfway through it and they just decided to. Because the back end, I like the things that kind of slope gracefully down, and it doesn't slope. It just kind of ends suddenly, and you're just like, you just gave up, didn't you?
Well, see, that's the thing, though. That's what I meant when I said a different set of hardware, because I've never seen anyone that would say a Corvette looks ugly just based on
The new
eyesight.
vet, the new vet, the old vet I like. The new vet, I mean everything else except the front and the back I like, but just the front and the back I don't like the way they're. The front
Okay,
especially.
how about classic cars?
See, because my point is, you've seen like the European Ferraris that have that low sloping front end. I love the way those look, and the Vet doesn't have a low sloping front end; just kind of exists. I'm just like, well, classic cars, yeah. I mean, oh, you're gonna make me go to the box, aren't you?
Probably later. We can hold off on it for now, and I can hold that question for later.
The diecast car box that I have.
Yeah, I know. I know you got to have at least several, cause you're Mr. Carr.
Several.
All right, so
over 100.
when Elliot invited me to come on the show, he said I could ask him anything, and I spent a good majority of the night thinking about what I'd want to talk to him about. See, before Elliot, there was a guy I used to watch on YouTube, and I still watch him. I don't know if you're familiar with him. You guys know who Tommy Edison is?
No.
Yeah, he invented electricity, didn't he?
That too. But there's a 2015 version. He famed himself as the blind film critic, and his whole bit was he would go watch a movie, and he's blind, and then he would review the movie, and it's kind of like if it's good enough for to be appreciated just based on the natural story.
See, I've done that. Mainly, what I do is I review the story if I could follow it. Of course, I also look up what happened online just in case I missed something. But also, not to interrupt, but I also look up for voice acting if it's an animated film. I'm very critical. You don't want to watch a Disney film with me. Not that I would want to watch a Disney film anyway, but like my cousins watch Disney films. I'm just like, this voice acting is appalling. Oh no, we've got to. It's like, oh my god, that's just fucking appalling, that voice act. So I am very critical of mainly the voice acting, and do I believe that they're actually saying it, or do I get this vision of people sitting at a film studio booth? And to me, a good film will, even though I know it's fake, obviously, will transcend the fact and will make me actually believe that this actually happened. It's complicated, I know, but but yeah, I do that. I've never done any video series because I didn't think anyone cared.
Well, actually, that's how Tommy Edison kind of got put on the map, and you were pretty wrong. They actually did care. They cared so much that he toured like news studios and shit, being billed as the blind film critic. So,
well, you know me, I've always wanted to be billed as, and Jim knows this because I've told him before, I've always wanted to be billed as that really good radio guy, not the blind kid.
Well, that's another thing that's interesting. He was actually in radio as well. He used to be a traffic reporter, which is kind of cute. But yeah, he used to be a traffic reporter.
I think the traffic's all right. I can't really see shit. Tommy, there's a crash. Oh, there is? Shit.
But so anyway, what he would do is he would start like making YouTube videos where he would just answer random questions about what was like being blind, and the dude, I could never get his fucking attention, and I had so much curiosity about the way a person would experience life if they were born blind. Because I think about this a lot as a scientist. Like I think to myself, what am I missing? Because obviously we're all missing shit, but to what degree is external shit happening that I have absolutely no perception of? And the way I kind of try to close that gap is I think to myself, how close can a blind guy come to experiencing reality as we experience it, and I get by studying that gap. You understand?
I'd say all the way. I mean, I think you'd be better off talking to someone who was sighted once, if you're looking for a comparison, because I don't have a comparison, because never quite had the sight thing. But I'd say all the way. I mean, if people think that I'm missing something in life, I mean, I'm missing things in life, but that's personal. We're not going into that, at least for another hour.
Yeah.
um, Jim knows. But I don't think I'm really missing anything in life. Okay, I can't see what a 1950 Hudson Hornet looks like, which sucks, but I can feel it. And okay, I can't see what, I don't know, fucking Jinx Dawson looks like, or and it's good that I can't see what Jim looks like, because I have my own picture of what he looks like, and I know it's not
His
true, but I'm
He's
holding on
told
to
me
it.
his image, and it is far better than what I look like. So I will
Yes,
How
go
many,
with that.
how many
yes,
personalities can you hold in your head? Like, for example, the way.
12.
So your world can only exist of like 12 people that you
No,
really.
I thought you meant like split personalities. I was making a
Oh no,
split
gotcha.
personality joke.
Yeah, I was
And,
about
and, and,
to say how I talked to you, but
but by the way, people, if you're new and you're saying, "Oh, he makes fun of other blind people," yes, I've always been known to make fun of myself and make fun of the fact that I am blind, because there are some amusing characteristics to being blind. And if you can't accept that someone could make fun of himself and make fun of the condition, that's kind of sad.
Well, but yeah, back to my question because I'm curious. How many personalities can you hold? Because we, with vision, can normally hold an indefinite amount because we link the personality to the person's face.
Well, it's the
But what
voice,
happens?
dude. It's the voice.
Right,
yeah,
but to me, at least, a lot of people sound alike. Like to me, there's maybe
No,
7 voices.
some people do. Not, but some people do. But most people that I've met have unique voices. I mean, I could tell Jim from. Granted, sometimes I've had to go, wait, who the hell are you again? But then again, but I could tell Jim from Scott, from Eric, from Bishop, from you, from fucking who else has been on the Sty? I mean, the time will come when I need psychological help, when I can't tell the difference between Jim's, you know, low American, Pennsylvanian accent to Sty's thick British accent.
yeah, that would be a rough time for you if you can't tell that, man. I'd say you've been to one too many death metal shows. I need to just tone down the volume a little bit, or get a better hearing aid.
Well, the guy from the band Larum, he's actually had to retire from performing because of his. He's been to too many hardcore shows, and he's got like shit in his ears that every time he hears loud noises, it's painful. So he actually had to retire from fucking doing shows because of it.
All right, I have another question that I'm really curious about.
And he said, "Wear earplugs next time you're at a show," or whatever. It was like, no. Anyway, what?
So I have another question that I'm really curious about. How how were you taught inappropriateness? Like, for example, how were you taught that you can't be naked,
Who said I ever learned?
right?
I'm sorry.
See, I keep
Oh,
telling him he should do shit like this, and then when the cops show up, play the blind card as much as he can to see how far he can go.
Yeah, because
see, so
go ahead.
you're talking to an Elliot who got 4 hours of sleep, just got food, and is now drinking Rockstar on one side and a frozen thing from Taco Bell on the other side. So I'm loaded with sugar, caffeine, and food, and I'm tired. So I might be a little bit manic today, which
Woohoo!
is which is the way you want me. But no, I mean, well, of course, people said you can't be naked, in public or whatever, and I mean, people explain to you shit, and you're just like, okay. And besides, I like the feeling of having it. Hell, I don't even want to take my shirt off in public for two reasons. One, I'm fat and ugly. Two, I just don't like the way it feels cold. I'm just like, I did it once, and I was just like, I'm fucking cold now. Oh, there's
It's
ice all over this cup. What?
it's so bizarre to me. Like, my brain can't understand how someone who's blind their entire life can be self-conscious. I honestly can't wrap my head around that.
Jim, yeah, I think you get it.
Yeah, you can touch yourself and feel things.
Wow,
You know,
that
my
is a lot of
cock is
fat
not
right
as
there.
big as my hand. I think I have a small penis. You know,
But why
you
does
can
that
do
make?
things like that.
That is a lot of fat right there.
hmm If you can pinch more than an inch, you're a fucking fat bastard. I know. I could pinch more than a fucking inch.
So, okay, how did you find out you were blind? Like, was there a time where your parents were
Well,
like,
for the first 20 years of my life, I, just
As soon as he developed the language skills in order to state I'm blind, he knew he was blind.
you ruined my joke.
Yes, but I
Well,
replaced it with my own.
well, after the alien anal probe, yeah,
Yes.
they knew I was blind. Of course, they fucking told me, because I like racing, so I was like, yeah, I want to drive a race car. And they're like, no, you can't because you're blind. I was like, what the hell does blind mean? I didn't say that like that. I was 3. What the hell
how,
does blind mean, you fat bastard?
how the hell do you teach someone who can't? I wouldn't even know how to teach someone, like, language who couldn't see. Like, what do? You just start them off feeling a bunch of objects, and
Oh,
because you
God.
think,
Okay. Let me explain one thing to you that has to deal with human evolution. Before we developed the skill for writing, we were verbal only. We communicated everything through sound.
Jim, you could do things with sound now?
Yes,
Wow.
we always could.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
how
why I am the fat bastard known as God.
but if you can't associate a sound to an object, how do you
Well,
not
yeah,
just
they would show
interpret
me
it
like
all as
something.
gibberish?
They'd show me like a block or shit, and they'd say, "That's what this looks like." But it was,
All right,
yeah,
listen,
it was.
listen. This is the thing that I'm trying to convey to you, because this is where the blindness. This is where science learns from blind people. So when you program a robot, right? The robot is in essence blind, and you want to teach it objects. You're trying to teach it a fucking language. So you give it like a square, and you give it like a roll of paper towels.
So you're thinking in terms of a robot. You're not thinking in terms of a human. I hate to burst your bubble, but there is a big difference between a robot and a human.
Right, and I'm trying to
humans,
understand what that difference is.
That
You
difference
can't
is
just say the difference is magic sauce. You understand? You have to be able to coherently explain the difference.
we
understood that.
understand what the number 3 is.
Well, Jim, also you pick shit up from being alive. You pick shit up from, well, hearing your dad talk about the Chevrolet, and you ask, what the hell's a Chevrolet? And they say it's a fucking car. You say, why'd you say it's a fucking car? And they say, because I fucking like swearing, you bitch. And they spank
Right,
what?
but to even say the sentence, to even volley the return sentence, what the hell is a car, still requires you to learn the sentence, what the hell is a car.
Well, you learned this. Did you learn English from someone just giving you from a fucking textbook? No, you learned words from hearing them. You learned the word what. You learned how it's pronounced. You didn't really know how it was pronounced, but you try. Wah. It fucking.
And then as you got older, your speech got more refined.
Right, but you start off
a book
with
in
an
front of you.
object and you build on top of it. I'm trying to understand what your building point is.
There's no fucking building block. You just go with it. See, you're thinking in terms of a robot. You're thinking in terms of science. I'm thinking in terms of what I did, which was just what I did. There's no way for me to explain it because it's what happened. It's what.
But what I'm trying to
It's
make
just
you
how I needed
understand
to learn.
is you may be proof that there's an extrasensory perception that we are totally unaware of.
There's no extrasensory perception.
Elliot, I would love to see you use your telekinetic powers. I would love to see the chaos that would breed.
No, because rationally, I don't see an explanation for how you could learn language being born completely blind without there being something extraordinary that we can't currently perceive.
Are you familiar with the
I'm
Helen
just
Keller
gonna
story?
I'm just gonna let that pass for a minute. What did you say, Jim?
I was asking if you read the Helen Keller story.
You can. I'm just gonna let that sink in for. Oh, I have a headache now.
Yes.
I mean, I hope I'm not coming off as offensive. I'm just
You don't come off as offensive. You come off as
ignorant.
misinformed. No offense, but
No, I understand. I come off as really ignorant to you, and that's
you come
totally
off as
cool.
someone who spends more time looking at the science and looking at. I mean, science is great. I love science. You come off as someone who's maybe fuck. If I could speak my words, that would be perfect. Hey, maybe you're right. You come off as someone who looks at more robots and more science than actually just observes the daily life of humans. And if you remember back when you were a child, you learn language like I said just by picking it up and just by listening to it and learning. And then you would ask your parents, or you would fucking go to school and they would tell you, okay, this is the word. I mean, they had to modify it somewhat for me, and they had Braille, but it was still the same kind of process, the same kind of learning process. Now, reading and writing is a different story, but learning the language was, easy because you don't need visual aids to learn how to say things because you don't use your eyes to say things unless you use your eyes to say things, in which case you need to be in a museum, which I would pay to see. Jim, would you pay to see someone use their eyes as speech organs?
Yes, I would pay to see that.
I mean, I'm not trying to be like, mean or anything. I'm just telling an honest opinion. Is
No,
that
to me,
it was
there's
never fucking.
to me when you say something like, "Well, you're looking at this like you're studying a robot, and I'm a human being, and there's a gap." There shouldn't be a gap, right? I mean, you're a collection of atoms, and so is a robot, and you
Well,
process information.
soul's. Okay, I have a collection. Well, so's a Lotus Esprit. Try having a conversation with the Lotus Esprit. I mean, which is a fantastic car. Can't really have a conversation with it.
Right, but I
But
can
the
see
thing,
the
the
gap.
difference is okay. Look. The difference between a human and a robot is pretty damn simple. Robot is designed by man, and let's face it, artificial intelligence, while it's come a long way, isn't at human intelligence level yet. I don't care that they made a robot that can say, "Mommy, I want to kill you." That's not up to human intelligence unless you read Conservapedia, and that's all you can. Anyway, but the thing about it is, humans are infinitely more intelligent than your most intelligent robots. Okay, humans have things robots can never have, such as free will and things like that. Robots are programmed to do something. They are programmed. I mean, can you make artificial free will? Is
Well,
there
first
such
off,
thing
there
in
is no such thing as free
2015?
will. There is no such thing as free will. I can prove to you that the free will does not exist. I can put you in a lab, and I can have you make a series of choices, and I can I can put wirings on your brain that will let me know the choices that you make before you're consciously aware of it. So free will
See,
is just an illusion.
this is the difference between because I have a passing interest in science, not necessarily human science, but mechanical science, cars, not necessarily computers because I don't fucking understand how they work. Magic, it's witchcraft. Cars, buildings, bridges, anything that's big, heavy, and has a possibility of collapsing because I don't know, it's just explosives, things like that. So I have a passing interest in science, but I'm more into music and racing and just living my life. I don't know about robots because I mean I know a little bit because I think some of them are fascinating, but I don't know about how you can make subconscious choices before your brain. I just know that I make choices and I can make different choices if I wanted to make different choices. If I made the choice to date that one girl, I can make another choice to date the other one. And I could have done 50-50. I could have gone on Metalgate, or I could have, because there are a lot of things I could have done with, besides going on Metalgate that day, like fix my computer, which was shit at the time. But that's, I think I only crashed once that episode, which was amazing. I could have started PTR episode 1, or I could have said, I'm going to bed. There's a lot of things I could have done. It could have gone 50-50. Robots are programmed to start PTR episode 1. I know this is a really bad analogy, Jim, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. They haven't reached a level where they can decide upon their own. They have to follow what the coding limits have given them.
We have made robots that are somewhat self-aware. Too intellectual for Eric. What a surprise. We have made robots that are somewhat self-aware. I remember reading about, robots that... But, I mean, they're at the level of maybe a dog at most. What would you say, Jim?
I'd say it's closer to early primate. They're getting there, but they're not. Huh? Maybe
they're nowhere near the goat.
Yeah, they're nowhere near the goat.
Yeah, because goat's awesome. No, but I mean, 10 years ago they were up to slugs. So, yeah, you're nowhere near what a human is with a robot. I mean, you can't. A robot can't do this show because I'm making up my mind as in regards to what to say. A robot would be programmed what to say. Because a robot would probably be a better host than me.
Have you ever heard of Cleverbot?
Neither here nor
there. Dude, your knowledge of current robotics is way off. Have you ever heard of Cleverbot?
I've heard of Bender.
Okay, there's a website. There's a website called Cleverbot.com or whatever. You can look it up. But it's basically artificial intelligence, and you can communicate with it, and you can have a normal conversation with it. And it's passed the Turing test. And what the Turing test is...
Yeah, I've done the Turing test with several computers. I've done the Turing test with several computers, and they've all failed to impress me.
Okay, but...
I saw Slayer. What was that like for you? It was a band. What's a band like? Yeah, I'm going to need to check this out. Jim, go to that website and import some obscene commands into it.
Captain.
And see what it says.
Once I find it, I will. We will see how
Cleverbot dot something.
Yeah.
Yes, weird. Call yourself the Fetus Lord or something. I don't know. I mean, artificial intelligence is amazing as it is right now. I'm not denying it isn't amazing as it is right now.
What I'm trying to figure out is the gap. Like, how do we go from artificial intelligence to human? And what hurdles need to be crossed? That's why I'm fascinated with blind people, because they start off. They start off almost the same way a computer programmer starts off with a computer. The computer is blind, and you have to create like points of references. So a blind person who's never gotten any visionary input, whose only type of visionary input starts off by feeling objects, and that's a great point of confusion because so you feel like a ball or something rectangular. But just about every object is square, ball, or rectangular. So how you differentiate between a jar or a roll of paper towels?
I said I am the Fetus Lord. It said I am the devil. I replied, this bodes well for me. It replied, I don't think it's bad.
That's not that good. Maybe that's an okay conversation if you were like if it was a Japanese person or someone who failed in English. No offense to, but that's better than it's better, but I still don't believe it's better, but I still don't believe it's a real person. But I'll have to.
No, but a fourth grader could believe that's a real person.
Yes, but they believe in Santa Claus.
No.
Thank God. Oh. Okay, yeah.
I believe that's a real person.
Okay, that is a lot better. I will give that to you. That is a lot better than the computers I've done the Turing test with, which were funny, but I still don't think
That's what I'm trying to
it's a
tell
real
you. This
person.
gap keeps closing more and more. And that's what I'm interested in. I want to make it so computers are indistinguishable from people. And
I don't.
why?
So I like having sex with people.
Have you ever seen The Terminator?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a movie. I'm just saying, I don't want my iPod to go, this human has terrible taste in music. We must destroy him.
But I want you to get an appreciation for the problem that I'm dealing with here as a programmer. Do you understand that everything is primarily like one of 6 objects, right? And when you're trying to program a computer or a robot for that, it gets confused. It can't tell the difference between a cup and a jar because they're exactly geometrically the same. What I'm trying to figure out is how
people can
I'm
because
trying to figure out is how you take a blind person who's never seen and have them be able to differentiate geometrically.
We have two drink things here. One is an aluminum can of Rockstar, right here. One is one of those fast food cups of Baja Blast freeze thing from Taco Bell. I don't know what it is. Powerade, so it's good, sugary. So you have two circle things that are they are actually kind of the same shape, although one's just a little bit taller than the other. But if we take the cap off, okay, so they are the same, nearly the same
now
shape.
Imagine trying to program
how can
to differentiate.
Okay, no. I'm not talking about computers. I'm talking about humans. How can I, as a blind infant, tell? Well, one feels. Look, that feels different. And look, it sounds different when I do this. Well, versus, I don't know if you can hear that. I don't think so, but the aluminum can sounds different than. Wow, and they feel different. One feels more. What's the word? What's the word? That word you're thinking of is metallic, and this one feels like plastic. Wow, it's incredible. I mean, that's how you learn when you were like a little. Well, that's how I learned when I was a little kid. Why does that feel different than this? Because this is called a jar. This is made for something else. Oh, what's this called? This is called a cup. It's made for drinking out of. Oh, okay. Why can't you drink out of a jar? Because a jar. Blah, blah, blah.
I'll give you that. So how do you go from that to knowing what yellow is, or knowing what light and dark is?
Well, you don't. Okay, you learn what light and dark is through years of hearing people and for asking questions about. So when it's dark, it's harder to see, and when it's light, it's a happier feeling. Or at night it's dark and it's kind of grim. So you get the impression that
and this
dark
is what
is
I'm trying to tell you where the learning can happen.
I kind of like darkness.
This is what I'm trying to tell you where we can learn from you, where we as programmers can learn. Because your brain is now, you don't understand yellow, so it's replacing it with parts of like happiness and other things to create something that would give you a similar emotion, an emotion that's on par with kind of a sighted person when that word is brought up.
I'll be honest here. You're talking to a guy who barely knows how fuel injection works. I can tell you how carburation works. Couldn't tell you how fuel injection works. So I'm not the best person to. I mean, I know how my computer works because I use it. Duh. But I know how throttle body fuel injection kind of worked, but I couldn't tell you how this modern day fuel injection works because computers, although I understand how they work in the very broad sense, it's still witchcraft to me. And I'm guessing it always will because I don't have the time to really learn. I like other things other than computers, but so I don't know that much about technology. What I do know is how I live and how I learn. And
but do you see?
I am a human.
Have I at least made you understand why it's so valuable to us as programmers to study how blind people, people who are born blind, take in information and process it? Do you see what a valuable tool it could be for us?
He's made me understand that scientists probably should be tested.
Yes.
he's going over there like, I'm not sure how to react to that.
Well, that's true. I mean, we're crazy to an extent, but it's still not going to stop me from creating the super
The guy
robot.
who spent 2 years in the nut house says yes.
Yeah.
Well, look, if you're going to build a super robot, put Jim's brain in it because that's what he wants.
Yes, it has to have laser beam eyes and fucking a chainsaw cock and rocket launchers.
Why the chainsaw cock?
So I can fuck people in ways they've never been fucked before.
Ha 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 ha. But yeah, I mean, I you know, I think, I mean, it's the same with a lot of people. Okay, I'll be completely honest, and as everyone who knows this show, although I consider myself an atheist, I don't consider myself part of the group because I think a lot of the group, and I think a lot of people who are set in their ways don't know how to look at other things, such as scientists who are so set in their ways with mechanical they haven't the faintest idea how humans actually exist. I'm not saying that to be a dig. That's from my experience for talking to different scientists, and some are better than others. Same thing with religious people who don't know how atheists live. Same thing, it's the same thing. That's why I consider myself kind of an outsider to every group because I don't want to be so tied up in my own thing that I forget that there's other shit out there and people aren't clear-cut black and white friends or enemies. There are frenemies. There are people in between. That's why I say you should understand the way humans work and not just compare humans to robots. Because I mean, yes, we're getting closer to the whole super intelligent robots thing, but we're also getting closer to that big earthquake in California they've been warning us about for 24 years.
Well, the thing is, humans and robots are very close to one another. The only difference is the human brain's a learning machine, and a robot is an adding machine. So what you're trying to do as a programmer is compensate for that gap. So the way you compensate for gaps is you look at gaps at other things and you figure out how they're compensated for. That's why I was really fascinated by how you
But
perceive the color yellow.
I haven't compensated for it. I mean, I'm still a learning machine. I've still learned the same way everybody else learns. I mean, even like I know what sight is. I can understand what vision is. I don't have it. I mean, I understand it the same way that I'm hoping to
Are you
see you
willing?
understand what gravity is.
Are you willing to concede that you may just think you know, but you really don't, and you may just think you understand, but you really don't?
I don't think so because you have to remember I have not hung out with blind people. I have hung out with maybe of all, I've had maybe 4 blind or partially sighted friends. I have only hung out with people of sight, and it wasn't my decision. It was just that's the way my life worked. So, you know, it's kind of like you've been around long enough. Okay, you understand. You don't understand the process. I understand that I send a scan to the brain, or an image to the brain, which does its thing and transmits. Okay, whatever. I don't care, honestly. But I understand that people can. I don't know if I can see things.
Hey,
what's
let me
what's
ask
what's
you
more to
something
explain?
flat out, honestly. Be honest with me, because I could be perceiving you, could be seeing you in the wrong light. But I have a feeling that that it's almost offensive to you if someone tries to
No,
say that you're missing something. Are you sensitive to that?
no, no. It's just I don't think I am. I'm not. Okay, I'm the one who offends here, not you. You don't offend me. No, it's It's just that I feel the need to correct people when I think they say something inaccurate. Yes, yes, that's a very egocentric thing that I do, and it's gotten me in a lot of arguments and a lot of fights. But I do feel the need to correct people when I think they say something inaccurate, especially about the one thing I'm actually authoritative on, other than music, which is myself.
No, I can
Because
respect that.
you know, it's weird, but I've been myself for a long time.
First off,
Ever since the accident where I got hit on the head.
no, I could totally respect that. But I think that you have an alternate understanding of reality than we do. So when you say something, I think you're being very sincere. When you say that I understand light and dark, I think you're being sincere when you say that. But I think your understanding of light and dark wouldn't that word wouldn't work in our reality. Like we would not say you understood based on the way we understand reality. But I think you're being
I
sincere when
think
you say you
I
understand
think if you
your
were
reality.
blind, I think if you lost your sight and you understood the way I understood, you'd be like, I think this is my own opinion. I think you'd say, wow, he was actually pretty damn close because I understand what darkness is. Also, a great understanding of what darkness is through music. People say, oh, this is very dark music. You listen to it and you feel the mood,
Now, see, that's
and
another
you go,
thing. When you
wow, this is
say
really.
that's another thing we would immediately disagree on. When you say that if you went blind, you would understand. No. Once you experience sight, if you go blind after that point, all you're going to reflect on is the sight that you experienced. Everything that you take in is just going to hinge on that. It's not going to be a mesh. They're not going to be equally at weight with one another.
Okay.
Says the someone
Here's
who's never
something
been
for you.
blind in his life.
Here's something for you to ponder. Okay. I have a buddy who is an artist. I say something is yellow, and he goes through like 16 different shades of yellow, and I can't distinguish one from another.
Right.
Not because I could see them lined up and that they're different colors, but I don't memorize the individual names for each individual shade of yellow. He has because he's an artist. He needed to know this thing so that way he could get the perfect color for the perfect job. So I'm not comprehending things at the same level he is, even though we can both see this is yellow.
But you still, and also you don't really need to understand it because it's not essential to life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
I
fundamentally, blah blah blah. Fundamentally, yellow to you is still going to ultimately be a sound wave, where to us it's going to be a projection of light. They're two fundamentally different things. Like when you make the example of the artist, okay, yes, there's different shades, and he might see yellow one way and you see it the other. But the fundamental principle is still the same. It's still light being refracted off of the object and going into your retina. His
And I,
yellow is being taken in fundamentally as a sound wave, but it's a completely different thing. The speed in which your brain is processing the information is different. He's processing things at the speed of sound, you're processing it at the speed of light.
lysergic acid diethylamide. You need to do some more of that.
yeah.
I've done a whole bunch of it.
Or
You
just
do
drop
more.
the whole science thing and go live on the street in fucking
What do you think got
Compton.
me into the whole
Tell
science
me,
thing?
tell me if yellow makes a goddamn bit of difference. Tell me if the way you process, it's and also you asking about fearless, and that was actually something I thought was interesting because I thought, of course I'm not fearless. I mean, regardless of how you process it, falling off a building is still gonna hurt like hell. So I know it's gonna hurt like hell because I've heard stories. I kind of understand that high building and soft frame with, let's be honest, bone structure that could be more strong. Thank you, nature. Uh, soft, gooey human and hard concrete equals bye human. And you can demonstrate this by throwing people off a building. It's fun for the whole family.
Mm-hmm. Or if you just get really drunk and stumble in a dark, trip over something, fall on your face, and go, ouch, that kind of hurt. But I'm too drunk.
All right, let me ask you a question there, Elliot.
I've done that.
Pretend that you're dealing with someone who has a different level of blindness that you do. Only this person doesn't understand pain. That's how he's blind or she's blind. They don't experience it. They have no fundamental understanding of pain. How would you explain pain to them?
Pornography.
Easy. No, easy. Give me your head. Punch.
No, they can't feel
pain.
it though.
Well,
you have to use words to explain it to them. How would you?
I wouldn't. I'd just say, be a fucking daredevil. No, dude, if they couldn't feel pain, I'd have so much fun with them. Jim, if you knew a person who couldn't feel any pain,
that would be... I would put a lighter to them and see. It would be so much fun. There have been documented people who have had such a high threshold of pain that they pretty much don't feel it, or at least in the same context we do. And people have fucking pretty much abused them to test this fucking shit, beating the living shit out of them.
I'm weird because although I actually get hurt and bruise easily, I never give up because it doesn't fucking faze me. So I'm just like, whatever. I mean, like, how do you explain pain? Slap yourself on the arm and tell me how it feels.
Yay.
Do it.
No, because I know how it feels.
Not you, Ian. No, well, he's the one who's asking about pain. Try to explain pain. Try to explain, I don't know, there's a stinging sensation.
When I tell you to try to explain, I'm trying to understand it in the context of programming an object to be able to relate to it. Like, how would you explain it to a robot, for example?
You wouldn't, because robots are fucking metal and they're not us. I mean, I see, like I said, you're too busy focused on the robot thing. I'm focused on humans because there is a difference. I mean, all you need to know is that man designed robots. There's a fucking difference for you.
See, from a complete programming perspective, what you do is have the computer have some sort of input device that if this input device is triggered, you put down the line of code that tells it that it is bad, or that, it is negative consequence, or make it garble the code somehow. Something to the effect where the AI would comprehend that this is a negative feeling and I should avoid it.
But there's no way to explain. I mean, I could explain something to my computer, which is a robot. Okay, laptop. On the desk next to you was a 1948 Indian Chief motorcycle. See? It doesn't get it. It doesn't care. Stupid laptop. I know I'm being patronizing, but it's being patronizing to make a point.
Like, if you break down, pain and pleasure centers down to their base thing, pain is bad, pleasure is good.
I'm trying to make you understand. See, when I ask you to explain to me how pain works in a robot, you concede that you can't. But yet you say you can understand the difference between light and dark because you've heard people talking about it. And I'm trying to tell you that it doesn't make any sense.
Ian, there is a difference between me and a robot. I am not a robot. I mean, I am not a robot. Whew, almost blew my cover there. Yeah. I am not a robot. Robots are fundamentally different than humans. You may say they're not, but the way they process information is fundamentally different. The way they get
There's still information being processed.
Robots are, if you'll forgive my pun, intelligently designed.
Right, which should make it even easier then.
No, it should make it, because you're dealing with things that are not matter, that are not that are not. People weren't intelligently designed. People had to evolve over millions and billions of fucking years from...
Right, but it's being put together by something that's evolved for millions and millions of years.
But it doesn't matter if it's being
those benefits plus more.
It's not. It doesn't matter if it's being put together by someone who evolved. The robot itself would have to evolve over millions of billions of years. Just because it's being put together by someone. I mean, try
No,
to get Ray
look at
Comfort.
chess, right? Before, they said a robot would never be a human being at chess. It would be impossible. Now, you can't find a human being that can be a robot at chess.
I always knew a robot could beat a human at chess. If
No,
you
you
look at
know that
chess,
now. You didn't always know it, because if you always knew it, you'd be one of the greatest scientists ever, because the greatest scientists ever, they concede that they never thought it possible.
in knowing it would someday happen, knowing how it would happen are two different things. For example, I know if you were to take me back in 1870 and I never heard of cars, I would one day say, you know, one day, Jim, we're going to have some newfangled contraption. It's going to be called, I don't know what it's going to be called, but it's going to be a self-propelled
But you're saying
vehicle.
that on the basis of a hunch. You're not saying that based on solid scientific
That's
data.
exactly
You
my
can find
point
people
about
that will say a whole bunch of different things on a hunch. Can you find people that will say a whole bunch of different things based on solid scientific data? No. When
yes,
it
but
comes to
that was my
solid
point.
scientific
My
data,
point
you
was
end up
that
with a consensus.
I was pretty damn sure when I first heard of chess that someday they were gonna, when I first heard the question, I was like, yeah, of course they're gonna build a robot that can play chess. Look at it; it looks like something a machine could do given sufficient, intelligence. No, I didn't know how the hell it worked, but I was pretty damn sure it was gonna, it was,
But
it
if
was,
you
it was gonna
don't know
happen.
how it works, then you can't say your opinion is based on legitimate scientific data. The best you can say is, I had a hunch.
So, following your logic, unless you know how everything works, you can't actually know anything. What?
No, you can make probabilistic guesses. You could say, uh, based on video game evolution that I've seen, which would count as legitimate scientific data, I can conclude that one day the graphics will be so great that it'll be indistinguishable from a moving
But do
picture.
you know how video? Well, yeah, and I knew that technology was rapidly developing, so I figured that based on that, yes, we would one day have a robot that could build chess. I didn't know how or play chess. I didn't know how the hell it would work because I don't know robotics. Well, I know a little bit of robotics, but it's mainly like battle bots and shit because I loved that show, Battle Bots.
But see, there has to be a building point. There has to be something that you can point to and say, yes, I can tell by this line. But when robotics chess first came out, that it was so innovative, there was nothing to compare it to. So there wasn't like you can be like, oh, well, I can say this based on that, because there was nothing based on that. All the data at the time said that it would never be able to be a human. And if you were to go against that, all you would have backing you up would just be a gut instinct. There wouldn't be anything you can point to.
Well, I mean, not everything has to be, you don't always have to be a scientific know-it-all to think that one day this is gonna. I mean, I can tell you that we're gonna have self-driving cars on the street, not like the Google car. I mean, like self-driving cars for mass production in years, maybe several decades, maybe half a century. I don't know, but I know that's going to happen
But
based
see,
on what
there's a difference though.
technological-wise.
Okay, when you say, I could tell there's going to be self-driving cars. What you're doing is you're following a line where you saw things get created and then work. But when it comes to a chess match, that's different. This is a robot competing against the human mind.
Personally, I don't trust self-driving cars because I don't trust my computer with my iTunes library. I manually go through all my songs that I download and go, okay, just making sure it didn't miss any. How the hell am I going to trust a computer with my life? Yes, it's paranoid and anti-technology, but you have to understand where I'm coming from. I'm a skeptic. I've always been a skeptic of things. I think self-driving cars would be a great thing, especially that means I don't have people drive me around. But I'm just saying. But I don't know. Fuck, my brain
I
hurts
think
now.
you hold humans in too high a regard. Like,
I think you hold
you see,
technology in too high regard. I don't hold
I
humans in high
do.
regard either, but I hold the human development in high regard. And I know I hold the way humans learn in high regard. I hold humanity as a whole in the lowest possible regard, as you would know if you've actually heard this show before. But you hold technology in such high regard that it's indistinguishable from humans. You know what? I need to ask, do you drink Soylent?
Do I drink what?
Do you drink Soylent?
I don't know what a Soylent is.
Oh, you sound like a Soylent drinker. Soylent is a Silicon Valley. Have you heard of this, Jim?
No, I've heard of Soylent Green, but not.
Soylent Green is not people, Jim. Soylent is a thing developed by a Silicon Valley technician because eating was just too much time and even shitting was too much time. So he created this oatmeal type drink that you can basically drink and it will give you the nutritional value.
And it just burns itself out completely, and there's
It
no
won't.
discharge.
It won't, and it tastes like shit. Apparently, it tastes like grit. Or someone said, "Have you ever eaten the bottom of the cereal bowl, with the milk in it and it's dried?" Yeah. I'll try to get a link, or if one of you can look up Soylent, because my computer runs really fucking slow if I try to do anything on this thing. See, trust technology. You don't make your computer run slow when you're in Hangouts.
Yes.
Fuck you, Windows 8. And I'm not getting Windows. I tried to get Windows 10 last night, but it wouldn't fucking download. So it's just like, fuck it. I don't care. No, Jim. You know why I don't trust self-driving cars? Because every time you start the car, it's gonna fucking update itself. It's gonna take 5 hours to update.
I see that happening. Yes. Must update.
I'm sure
new
they'll make
traffic
it.
patterns.
It can update while it's parked.
Oh, I hope so.
You have to start it, but who knows?
I hope they have like a car screen reader. Where do you want to go? I want to go to the concert. Fuck you. Excuse me? Suck my dick. You don't have a dick, you're a car. Get the
Listen
fuck
to
out of here.
Samath, Sammath. Listen to it. The computer
Samus?
commands. Samath.
Isn't that the guy from Immortal?
I don't know. I think maybe. I don't.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry, Emperor. Samoth.
It's all in a different language. I'm thinking,
Well,
usually
actually,
Nordic, but it
no.
was-
Okay, you're talking about Samoth. Okay, no, I think I meant Samoth, which is actually just Thomas spelled backwards. Clever, huh? It sounds all evil, but it's actually just Thomas spelled backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you have any news stories, Jim? Because I don't want to leave this subject, but we also talk about other shit other than that. So if you see any cool news stories, you can.
I had a bunch of them, but then I started looking at porn because this was hurting my head. So
It was hurting my head. It was hurting my head too.
So let's see. We got Okay, they found more evidence of the horned god being worshipped in Celtic times.
Apparently, racing champion Juan Fangio sired a bastard son in the 40s or 50s or something. Apparently, there's now DNA testing that proves he's his son. So, way to go, Juan.
I'll be back. My phone's ringing.
Yay. Okay, that's not helping me there. What the fuck was I looking at?
I'm sorry, Jim.
Was it here? No.
Was it here? I thought he needed it.
Yeah.
Besides, it was going to be an interesting conversation regardless. I mean, maybe it make your brain hurt, make my brain hurt, but at least it won't be so like a porn, huh? So, whatever. Fuck, my brain hurts now.
Diabolic Force Distribution is a small independent mail order wholesale price distributor participating in one of the institutions that forged the underground back when metal CDs were unavailable in all but dedicated specialty stores. Apparently they're getting under attack because they're not fucking doing something that's not politically correct enough.
So wait. I was thinking, when metal CDs were unavailable in all specialty stores. You mean today?
Yeah. Well, we're talking about back in the mail order days.
I know.
Yeah.
But
now
still,
we got the internet. Yeah, I know. Still, it really hasn't changed.
I mean, there's that one really cool record store that had a bunch of like funerals and shit. I mean, they also had blues and shit, but it was you could tell they were dedicated. It wasn't like you still can't go to Walmart and go buy some fucking you know uh fucking
To the best of my knowledge,
Europe.
this all began when the singer of Bestial Evil suddenly became aware of a Facebook status I made approximately 7 weeks ago from the time of this writing about how the band should be dismissed by fans of metal because, in my opinion, they aren't any good. So that's where it
Well,
all started. You have to like everything unless it has Hitler.
well, that's my opinion about a lot of bands that they should be dismissed because they suck. Should I name names?
Yes, because I love a good "this band sucks" thread, even if I enjoy the band that you say sucks.
Obscura, Opeth, Arch Enemy.
I actually like some Arch Enemy.
They're okay, but fuck them. All That Remains and other metalcore and deathcore. They're trying to be okay. They're just, I think they're overhyped as fuck.
Well, yeah, they're fucking overhyped because, oh my god, death metal with female vocalist. It's like you completely forget the fact that they had a male vocalist at first, and
and
that's where their work
and
really
Angela Gasso
dropped.
sucked anyway. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't think she was that good. Now they've got someone a little bit better, but
They
who
got
else?
someone a lot better, in my opinion. I like the new chick singing for them, but
She was
still, it's
in.
like,
She was in one of the only really good, not really, but good metalcore bands called The Agonist. They were kind of like metalcore melodic death metal, but they were actually pretty damn good. I thought. I mean, it takes a lot for me to like metalcore. So, what other bands do I hate? Never really got into Obituary. I know that'll make me stoned, but they're okay, and some of their songs are good, but eh, they just later death because Chuck's a fucking hippie, Christian too, Christian hippie.
and apparently this whole thing went all across Facebook and Twitter, fucking trying to bash this company just because they didn't like a band and they're calling them homophobes and all this other shit. It's like, well, I don't even know if the band in question has any gays in it or not, but shouldn't we gauge music by the quality of the music, not who's fucking who? I mean, if
I
you want
mean,
to go by who's fucking who, go buy a Madonna album from the 80s, that is. I don't think she's fucking anyone interesting
no, she
currently.
has like a 27-year-old boyfriend. I think last time I heard. No, I didn't hear that willingly, obviously.
Yeah, I'm not going to check. I mean, the only thing I know
don't.
about the 80s was like Weird Al parodied one or two of her songs. And yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, other things I would say check out, but I honestly don't give a fuck. Who else do I think sucks? You? Oh,
Yeah, but I always suck.
true. Motley Crue, glam metal bands. I don't know. Who do you like that I hate? Oh, well, baby metal, obviously.
Yeah. And I still stand there and say, I kind of deserve that because, they're not like metal, but,
Let's see. Who do you like that I hate?
I don't know. I think we've tried this before, and I couldn't think of anything that would hit on the scale. I mean, okay, I like some hair metal, which isn't like actual metal. I recognize this, but it's rock. But still, there's a couple songs here and there I like.
It's okay because I have my mainstream metal faves, so I think we're even there.
Yeah, and I also like Kiss. Not all the
Okay.
discography, like a song here or there. Like I might get one of their greatest hits CDs, and that would be it.
That's even worse. I don't think I've ever bought a greatest hits album in 10 years.
That's interesting.
I
So
don't
I
buy.
have, but the thing is, it was me coming back from being homeless one time.
True.
I ended up losing that album anyway. Oh
That's true.
yeah, the latest one I got was the fucking. It's actually one I still have is the Megadeth Greatest Hits one. And I'm like, oh god, this is all the fucking new mixes, and the new mixes suck.
Yes, they do. I actually tracked down on the interwebs because I was so tired of the new mixes, all the old mixes. So I'm a happy boy with all the old original mixes.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Carcass. The remastered versions are just too loud and fucking. Oh, Job for a Cowboy. I think they suck. Pretty much most prog death and tech death bands kind of blow the big one.
Yeah.
I know Scott will have me hang for that, but Scott blows. So, uh,
Yeah, Scott's taste in music varies from
ugh.
suck to I have to show you something better than this because you're almost on it, but you need to hear the real shit.
I mean, I like a couple tech death bands like Suffocation, but that's only because Suffocation went, okay, we're technical, but remember, we're also brutal death metal, so we have to be, what's the word? What's the word? Oh yeah, brutal. But
Yeah.
some of these bands like Obscura, you take away the growled vocals and you have this fucking wanky, flowery, fucking shitty.
Men folk found their women scary 'cause they were so big and hairy. The thought of death might have had them
Oh,
dead.
Niall's another good tech death band. Sorry, I'm not eating,
That's fine.
eating the
I
last
was
piece
just
of
being
steak for my
retarded.
wrap.
I was
Eating the
just
last
being
piece of because that it was a fucking good wrap. If you ever had Taco Bell, get that. I don't know what they call it. The fucking steak wrap.
okay. I'll have to check that out maybe.
It actually tastes like real steak. It actually is juicy.
When I either get another assignment or get hired on somewhere else, it'll be good.
Well, hopefully you get hired soon because that fucking sucks.
Well, either that or who knows, maybe this D&D thing I'm planning will take off on YouTube and I'll get 1 million hits and
Fucking
only
better.
like 10% of them will have like ad block on and I'll be a millionaire.
Yeah, I feel bad, Jim, but
I don't give a shit. You do what you want. I mean,
I actually did do a total me whoring myself thing. I actually watched an ad on my show with Internet Explorer just to, hey, fuck yeah.
hey, look, it's me. I got to give myself money with a single click. I do this click.
Yeah, well, but
You
hey,
have earned 1 billionth of 1 cent.
I've actually earned a little less than $1. No, I'm not gonna ask you for money because I don't give a fuck. So,
I
but
want souls, your immortal souls. Give them to me.
but if you were to make money off of D&D and we do meet, you're buying beers.
Oh, definitely, because like you'd be starting off as the cannibalistic barbarian, then whatever the hell you want in future campaigns.
Well, I
I
hope this
mean,
D&D thing will take off.
well, it'll at least be fun for us. I don't give a shit if it takes off. I just want it to be fun for us because that's what it's all about.
He claimed that many people were viewing the show. Guess how many viewers we have right now?
0.
Yep, awesome.
Mm.
I don't see. I'm wondering where these 20 views come from, or whatever the hell, because it never shows. One time it showed 2 viewers, and I knew who those 2 were. But then, like, I'll look back at 24 hours, it'll say 20 views. I'm like, I think my Chihuahua's barking. Sorry.
Maybe someone checked it out and then just decided never to post.
Well,
I don't
or
know.
or,
I don't
or
care.
or maybe they fucking watched it after it was uploaded. Oh, can you believe episode 46 took 4 days to upload?
Oh, I know that fucking. I wanted to share that one like immediately, and it was like, I went to
I
click on
know.
the link, and it was like they cut out like 7 hours or 3 hours, hour long.
2
They only
hours.
had like 1 hour there, and I was like, no, and it wasn't even like the hour I wanted.
Yeah, I know. And finally, on Tuesday, I looked it up, and Political Trendy Radio episode 46 uploaded 8 minutes ago. I'm like, what? Episode 47 uploaded the day of.
Yeah, but that's
I,
YouTube. We're not
I, that was
popular enough.
well, yeah, that was just bullshit because I was just like, I thought that was the best episode we've done so far. This
Yeah,
might be a little bit better just because we got to say some mean things to someone.
yeah, and totally degrade them because, God.
I mean, I get.
I do not like defending you at all for multiple reasons. One, I'm an asshole. Two, it's more entertaining to me to watch you defend yourself.
Yeah, but I needed someone with eyes to help me out here because you had a perspective I didn't have. I don't like asking for people to offend or defend me, offend me, sure, but I was just like, okay, wait, Jim has a different perspective because he has eyes. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, you're gonna let me have it, and that was pretty much the only level I could think of was the fact that my one buddy is an artist. He went to fucking school for it, so he knows the names of shades of colors that I do not. I say blue, he says blah 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 blah, indigo. I don't even know if that's a color of blue or not. I'm just throwing that out there.
I think it is. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to know about that.
Yeah, you're not.
Because I
And
don't.
and the whole thing is, explaining what light and dark is. We shove you out in the sun. That is a light color. Then we throw you in a closet. That is a dark color.
Well, also, you can tell by listening to music. Listen to Shining. Wow, this is really depressing. That's dark music. Listen to Britney Spears. Wow, this is depressing on a different level and makes me want to kill people. That's light music.
Yes, so regardless if it's dark or light, people must die.
But I mean,
fuck. There was a running joke I had where, like, every action and feeling I had dictated someone would die. If I wake up in a bad mood, 36,000 have to die. If I wake up in a good mood, 23 people have to die in celebration.
Yes. But, like, okay, you can tell what light and darkness are just because, like I said, music or shit. And, okay, you can't see it, but you have other ways of knowing about it. Like, you don't see gravity. You can't see gravity work, but if I throw you off a bridge, you know damn well what's going to happen. You're going to fall and die, and I'm going to laugh.
And like whenever we were sitting there drawing up your character, and I was like, well, what color do you want your hair? You're like, it has no value to me. It's like, oh, come on. I know you fucking comprehend at least, descriptions you've had of color, and you've heard
I didn't care
the
at that
names of
point.
color. Yeah. And I know you've heard the names of colors, so like you could say that name sounds interesting, Periwinkle, because it sounds like tinkle.
Well, I'm fucking blonde, so I was just gone with blonde because I'm fucking blonde. So, and yes, I've heard what blonde. It's a light hair color. I understand that, and I understand it's attractive. Apparently, people compliment me on my hair, and they what do you do with your hair? I'm like, I don't fucking go on the sun. That's why my hair's like this. That's why my hair's so fucking blonde because I don't fucking go out in the sun. That's why I'm pale.
Oh, have you ever heard of
Albino. Anyway, what?
No, their project that's techno, kind of like the dance house kind of shit, but like a little bit more interesting. Have you ever heard of a project called Lords of Acid?
Once, I think yeah. I've heard, never really heard them.
Yeah,
I heard they used someone's channeled suicide voice or something on one of their albums.
I think they did, yes. And they do like a lot of like fucking sex kind of kink shit in their music. I mean, they're popular at fucking strip clubs.
Yep.
But the thing is that they play the songs that are only like mediocre to suck by them. They don't play any of the good shit.
My favorite band of that. My favorite band of that genre will be the Electric Hellfire Club.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I like a fair amount of their shit.
Satan. Isn't it weird that Satanists usually make the best music?
Yeah, I know. I always found it weird that at least back in the old days, that like Satanists, both Satanists and Nazis, tried to disavow each other. Like you couldn't be both at the same time. You couldn't be a satanic Nazi.
I mean, the band Absurd was. But
yeah, I know, but like I said, everyone tried to disavow that shit existed because the neo-Nazis are trying to be the good guys, and the Satanists think that Nazis are pansies.
Well, the Satanists
think that. Go ahead.
The Satanists try to, because they've been smeared so much by Christians as Nazis, as whatever. So they're like, look, we're not Nazis. So I get what the Satanists were trying to do.
Look at
Public
me going
relations.
full fucking retard here, forgetting about the satanic panics. Oh god.
Yes. Oh no, we need another one because that was fun reading. If you ever read like Michelle Remembers or any of those books about like those
Oh, they
false.
started another one. It was actually an internet meme. It was called Papa Kills. And it's fairly recent. It's only like maybe a couple years old. And there's
But
still people posting on a Reddit that like this is still going on and oh my god, Satan, Satan, Satan. It's like no.
it's funny because you had like the fake Satanists like Mike Warnke and John Todd and Michelle Smith and people like that, Rebecca Brown, and then they would let these. Sorry, my screener just went wild. See, you can't trust technology. And then they had these like actual Satanists come on to like talk shows, like death metal bands and things like that, and they were actually proved to be much more intelligent than any of these fake Christian Satanists.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god, I still love it whenever they're like, and I perform satanic rituals in an abortion clinic. It's like, yeah, you realize that's a medical facility, and that like they have to keep it sanitized. They're not going to let you have your satanic ritual equipment in there.
Yeah, but the band Blasphemy performed rituals at the Ross Bay Cemetery. I know that.
Yes, performing at a cemetery is different than an abortion
I
clinic.
guess there was a fucking underground thing. They would like go into like a fucking tunnel and they'd fucking perform rituals. I guess their names, they have really long names. Those are their satanic ritual names, like Black Winds and like Mutilator, like things like perverted goat sodomite or something. I don't know, but yeah. So Blasphemy was pretty cool.
Oh, there
But
was
yeah,
some other shit I saw too.
you're not gonna.
Apparently, another underground label's catching flack because they have a guy singing about like transgendered Hitler, but because they mentioned Hitler in any sort of like context,
What
there's
label
people
is
coming
this?
out against them. What the fuck's the name of the label?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
It's a Turkish record label. Murdum Gears.
Oh, I know that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I found most of their bands on their shit anyway. So
Yeah, but still, there's this magazine called, or metal blog called Cult Nation, spelled with a V. Which, okay, that's already not going to fucking get my attention, but apparently it gets the kids. And it's
I
causing.
never understood that, but
It's causing a bunch of fucking musicians to drop the label because, oh my god, you have a guy singing about Hitler in any context whatsoever.
I thought it was the "Raping Lesbians for Freedom" album by that one band. I mean, it was kind of
Probably.
funny. It was kind of funny the songs, but once I actually listened to them, it was like, yeah, 2 points for style, -8 for anything else. But yeah, that
They had
sucks
a
for
couple
them.
good things off the one that was like Burn the Homeless. There were a couple decent tracks. I wouldn't necessarily call it good, but
It's
like it's a troll band. They're not out for fucking the fucking points of
well,
like
because the
being
thing
good at.
is, Nazi punk bands and Nazi metal bands usually call their songs other things. Like, let's see, Screwdriver, Free My Land, Europe Awake, Europe on Fire. No Remorse has European Skinhead Army. I mean, okay, they don't hide what they are, but they're not called "Kill All Those Motherfucking Jews."
Yeah. And then you got the ones that are trying to slip into the mainstream so they could get the propaganda out there, trying to avoid the image, but like what the fuck they're singing about.
See, Saga does that with her because she looks hot. She's a Swedish singer, but yet her music isn't compromised. Like she doesn't compromise in her lyrics. She just kind of tones down her image a little bit. But I listen to her because she's hot and she has a good voice.
See, I don't know.
I mean,
It's just complete bullshit to me. That's like this fucking blog said you're bad, so I have to run away now because you said Hitler once.
Well, I mean, you know, see, I didn't even know about this shit until I came in here because, I was so into just. I mean, that's why Metal Archives is great because they don't care. Metal Archives has a lot of faults, but you'll rarely see a review
Well,
like
I've
that.
seen a lot of people get positive reviews just because, they have a chick in the band and then they fucking delete negative reviews. But I think that has more to do with the money coming in than the actual
No,
political
they
bullshit, even though
they delete negative reviews because most of the negative reviews are shite. Most of the negative reviews, if you can imagine a drunk ranter, they have somewhat standards, although sometimes the people's English isn't very good. But usually when it's negative reviews being deleted, there was one that I could think of that I wish wasn't deleted. That was the municipal waste one where they talked about how it was retro thrash. Most of the negative reviews are like, this band sucks because they're fucking posers. And that's the fucking basic review.
yeah, well,
Well done negative reviews are left in there. There's plenty of negative reviews on positive albums. Look at Carcass of Surgical Steel. But most of the negative reviews they delete are this band's a fucking poser. Because you have to remember there are multiple admins. That's okay. That's the problem with Metal Archive. There are so many admins who run the fucking site. You get approved by one admin, another admin goes, "Why the fuck did you approve that? That's garbage," and deletes it, regardless of if it's garbage or not. So that's, I think, the problem is it's too democratic. There needs to be a guy up at the
there
top.
needs to be a commander in chief. Yes,
I know they have the two guys up at the top, but I don't think they get a say. See, if I was running a site, I would be the guy up at the top. Maybe I wouldn't read every review, but I would say, look, if you want to delete a review, you have to go through me because I want to make sure you're not just deleting a review because you disagree with the opinion. I want to make sure you're deleting a review because some jackass let them in. And you have to, yeah, there has to be a commander in chief. Is that a little bit, people would now going to cry fascism, but that's the way because, like I said, I mean, if I had that power, and if I was just a little more butthurt, I'd be like, "You like this album? Fuck that, delete." You know.
always fun, always cocaine cola.
But yeah,
Yeah, I
that's what.
know. I'd be half tempted to abuse power too. I know I typically let a lot of shit slide. Sometimes someone just gets so annoying. It's like, why?
Well, that's what I would do if I ran Metal Archives. I'd go, look, you can add reviews, and you can, not add reviews if you think they're, bad. But if you add a review, you cannot delete reviews. You have to submit a request to me. I will read it. I will decide if it's deleted or not. And if you question me on it, I will give you an answer. If you keep questioning me on it, I will ban you because I don't want to answer the same fucking question 18 times. Like, do you know what the color yellow is?
Do you know what the color yellow is? I love the way you said, yes, I understand that piss is yellow. That is a negative kind of yellow. There is a positive kind of yellow too, and I forget what you said was positive, but piss is definitely the bad kind of yellow.
Apparently, it offends me too, and I'm just like, no, it's just inaccurate. I have an urge to debunk
Well, at
things.
least this opens up a new avenue of me making fun of you. You
Yes, it
realize
does. Oh no, I knew it as soon as he said it. I was like, oh shit. And
yeah,
now,
you start rambling on because you're half drunk, and I'm like, Elliot, yellow.
huh?
Motherfucker.
And then the beer bottle comes smashing into your face. How did you actually get his face? I just knew it was there.
Yes. Because of your ESP.
Well, there's extra sensory things you could do.
Yes, I still want to see with telekinetic powers because yes, you're blind. You wouldn't be able to fine tune it unless you could somehow blind sense your entire environment, like the fucking Grimlock you're going to be playing. Oh, there's so many things I got planned there's going to be times where you're a blessing and other times where you're a curse. The blind sight kind of thing.
Smells like my computer.
But anyways, it's like, oh, fuck. The main thing I would think, though, is like if you had telekinetic powers, you'd see women's skirts going up and cars ramming into buildings and shit. Intentionally.
Yeah, obviously. But I have to be the only one with telekinetic powers. That way, women are like, why is it cold back here? Just move along.
Yes. Just move along, so I figured out how to remove them.
Yeah.
The wind goes up after the panties drop.
Oh, it's this. Oh, figured it out. Oh, okay, so you do this and then, got it.
Exactly.
And then she gets arrested for indecent exposure or whatever.
Yeah. Because you don't. Because you don't know that you don't have clothes on.
It wasn't me. They just fell off. I don't know.
Oh God. And that's why I like public nudity porn.
Can I also control? Can I also control like, oh, I'll make people do so many horrible things to each other.
I'll give you the control over the Amish.
I'll make them drive cars into people and go, I don't believe in your jihadist Amish, but using cars for some reason. Jihadist Amish using modern technology against each other, against modern technology.
Yes, that makes complete sense. I like it.
That needs to be a show.
Yes.
Wait, death to technology!
Takbir, Allahu Akbar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you guys want to hear a very tasteless joke?
You know me.
Jim, ask me what a 911 looks like.
What does 911 look like?
No, what does a 911 look like?
What does a 911 look like?
You know, a Porsche 911. A 911, two planes flying into buildings.
Okay. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful image.
My dad, because I was talking about a Porsche 911, and I was like, yeah, I know what a 911 looks like. He goes, what, two planes flying into buildings? I was like, well, actually, it was four. I was like, I like how we just distilled 3,000 deaths to cheap comedy.
Yes. That needs to happen more often.
Including a drummer I really liked who died. There was a drummer of a punk band I really liked who actually died in that thing. So.
Yeah. And I find it funny how a lot of people are comparing what Trump's proposing for Muslims to the thing that Jimmy Carter did with the Iranians. Here's the difference. They were throwing people from a country out, and it was because of hostages, whereas Trump's idea is banning an entire religion rather than just the fucking jihadists.
Well, the thing about Trump is he's a joke. I mean, you know.
But Trump also there is actually no really big difference about it because what you're doing, oh man, how do I even begin to explain this? I gotta break it down to baby physics. Hold on.
Hey, I'd rather have him here than that other guy.
The thing is, we're talking about geographical location, which is going to be banned. And the geographical location, which is... Now, listen. Oh. The geographical location happens to be heavy in this one religion. Okay? And yes, he's using a fucking colloquial term in order to describe it. And this is what the fuck That's because it's just easier to convey. Like, if I were to say shit, okay, to refer to the stuff on my desk, it'd be easier to say that than it is to say the bag of crunchies, the fucking boxes of fucking pies, the Kleenex, the cigarettes, the energy drinks. If I just say shit, it conveys the message quicker using that colloquial term. That is to say, the Muslim jihadists, which happen to be from this area, and this area within the Middle East. And what they're doing is just banning
the... got that.
Now, the whole thing is, he's not being specific in his fucking colloquialisms, and yes, he speaks before he thinks a lot.
Kind of like someone else named Mason. Oh.
There's no real difference between the two because they are trying to ban a fucking geographical region which is known to want us dead.
And that doesn't even go into why they want us dead, but that's another thing. And I haven't done enough research on that. And I understand, but I need to do.
Well, there's multiple reasons why they want us dead. One is we're the wrong religion. Two, we bombed them. You combine these two major aspects with the few other reasons that pop up here and there and vary between the two, but these are the two main ones. We don't like we're not the same religion, and we have bombed them. And you get the reasons why they want us dead.
My head's still hurting, so.
Well, that's fine. I mean, people want to sit here and say, trigger it to only one reason whenever it's a chain of cause and effect.
Well, yeah, I mean there's several.
You got the religious angle, you got the fucking, death toll angle, you got, the political angle, but the politics differ from region to region. Unless you're part of ISIS, then the politics are all the same along ISIS.
Yeah, the politics differ from region to region. Look at Qatar. Compare Qatar to Saudi Arabia. Qatar is pretty damn. They're not perfect, but they're better than Compare that to Saudi Arabia, where women aren't allowed to do anything, or the whole thing about Trump. I black out Donald Trump from the show mostly, just because. What's the point of covering him? Because everyone knows what he is.
Yeah, what's the point in covering him?
It's mostly, and I will say, it's mostly kids your age, around your age, that are unable to vote, that are really, really hyping Trump to death. And that's what's giving him all the free press he wants, is you constantly bitching about him. Because
I guess Ian's not coming back.
As part of the age range, which is the over-emotional, fucking offended by everything culture that most of us adults have grown sick and tired of. Ergo, you're driving more people to support Trump by bitching about him than if you were just to let it go.
Well, it's the same with the Westboro Baptist Church and things like that. I don't think you're recruiting people into the WBC, but still, you're promoting them by every time they do something stupid, you mention how horrible you think it is that they're doing something stupid. I mean, I used to love hearing Trump's speeches because they were always comedic. Now I've heard it, pretty much everything he says. Okay, you say something extreme. Yeah, okay, I've heard you say something extreme before. Yawn. So I just, and as Leo Parente said, he's one of my friends on Twitter. He's a race guy mostly, but he's like, yeah, I'm just not gonna cover Donald Trump because he just talks out of his ass. I mean, his voting tends to be older people who are more into him, and people who have been spoon-fed on the Fox News, anti-liberal media, anti-Islam,
Well, it's not even the Fox News crowd. There's liberal people that hate Fox News that are jumping on his bandwagon. Why? They hate how whiny and bitchy we have become, and they see it every day propagated in the news from people who are younger than them. Hence, the millennial hate. They're all fucking bitchy and whiny. This is why I say Elliot needs to get off his ass and be that blind person to lead these blind motherfuckers into true sightedness.
You mean off the cliff?
Yes. Of
The
course, you'll be with
spaceship.
it to understand where the cliff is and dodge out of the way so you can point and left. They all fall to
Well,
their doom.
no. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, okay, look, you guys are all gonna commit suicide by drinking this wine or whatever. Yeah, okay, here. I will drink it 30 minutes after you do it.
There we go. Just follow the spaceship.
Follow the spaceship, and I will be right behind you. I promise. And then it turns out that there is actually an afterlife, and they come back as zombies saying, "You weren't behind me." And I was like, "Oh fuck."
And then you just shrug off and say, "Oh well, don't give a shit. You deserved it."
And then they eat me.
Dun 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 dun. Roll credits.
Cut, print, masturbate.
Yes.
And there's also this. Apparently, how Marco Rubio is vehemently against the Affordable Care Act? He's fucking insured under the Affordable Care Act.
Well, just like Ben Carson's against food stamps that he couldn't have survived without. That people are hypocrites, and he's contradicting his own scientific things that he's done.
It's like Hillary Clinton wanting to regulate Wall Street, yet she has a fucking super PAC from Wall Street.
Well, we all know that's going to turn out. Her regulations are only going to benefit the companies which make her money. I mean, she's a fucking... She is one of the hugest components of the fucking military-industrial complex as it currently stands.
Jim, you can't say that. She's a darling liberal.
Complex. They got people who are against the military-industrial complex willing to suck the piss out of her cunt just so she gets a shot to be president. Where the fuck is the fucking idiocy here?
The only reason they like Hillary is because she's female.
The media, no, Mason, the media has been fucking co-opted by the fucking Democrats and the fucking... Because, look who the Democrats are sponsored by. I dare anyone. Look who the fucking major Democrats are sponsored by, and look what your newscasts are sponsored by. Wow, isn't it weird that Budweiser sponsors both, or whatever the fuck? You'll find some interesting things if you go just dig a little bit.
Look into who already donated money to Hillary's campaign. You have a big wig fucking, liberal news network that did it, and you also have Fox Media who backs her. The people who own Fox News, that conservative thing. Why would they both want her in office? I wonder.
So you have to think, so the quote-unquote liberals have become more right-wing as of late, because they don't want a fucking opposition. They don't want an actual, because that would scare people. People have been so conditioned that they're scared of anything like Canadian healthcare or something. So Hillary Clinton in this country is seen as a liberal on a white horse, and Biafra has been like, look, she has said in the past that we have to get more churchy and have more anti-abortion people in the Democratic Party. As Joe Biafra said a billion times, these people are not our friends. But people, they don't want to look behind the scenes. People fucking voted for Obama. If you look at Obama's record as a senator, and you look at how he voted, pretty fucking toxic. But they didn't fucking look at that. They looked at what Obama... Same thing with Gore. Have you compared it to Gore's actual record? People looked at what Obama said. Well, I like that because, he speaks through me. Have you looked at his record as a senator? No. Have you looked at Al Gore's record as a senator in 2000? No. Did you know that he fucking tried to privatize the South African, the African medicine to get them to prevent them from manufacturing genetic or generic cures for AIDS? No. These people don't fucking do their research. I mean, here's an example. How many of you know about the dolphin safe tuna scandal?
That I do not know about, and I'm surprised I don't.
Yes, I'm surprised too. So, about tuna used to be caught in those big gill nets, and they would catch every other damn thing in the ocean and put many species of dolphin on the endangered species list. Well,
Yes.
Of course, Greenpeace jumped after that. Oh my God, they're killing Flipper. So they agreed to stop catching the tuna in the gill nets. Well, that was costing them some money, so someone named Albert Gore, if you ever heard of him, rammed through a resolution basically saying, well, you can catch the tuna in those big gill nets and just put dolphin safe on the can anyway. So, and yet he's an environmentalist.
Yeah, the inconvenient truth, which I don't think he even grasps. God, I mean,
Jim, global warming doesn't exist. Haven't you seen South Park?
oh God, people just do not comprehend how the fucking climate actually has worked, and the global warming thing is done on a fucking, not on a timeline that, we would actually comprehend as a human species going back through all our written history. This is from a geological timeline or cosmic timeline. I forget exactly the correct term, so.
Whatever, who cares?
But what it is we're going through it, and we see that there was an ice age, there was a warm age, there was an ice age, there was a warm age, and somewhere around this entire span of our lives as humans, from the first man coming out of the cave and fucking apes, or whatever the hell he fucked to create, Neanderthals or whatever, up until now, we should start going into an ice age somewhere around now, but the temperature hasn't dropped.
I mean, are there factors for it? Is it all man? I don't think it's all man.
It's definitely not all man, but it's also, we're not helping, but we're not the only cause.
But I think just dismissing it altogether is bullshit.
Oh, yeah. Plus, the other thing you have to ask is, well, what would another ice age mean for us as a species? Would that be beneficial or detrimental?
But because not to get off topic, but you were talking about South Park online. That was one of the things I do kind of have against South Park is they tend to be more conservative. I mean, I know you're kind of, but you're not really. But they tend to be
in the middle. I'm in
a
the
little
middle,
bit more. I mean, okay, the rainforest thing was funny because it pissed off liberals, and yes, I agree that most celebrity rainforest activism is pure fucking career publicity. But then global warming. There's no evidence for global warming. There is, and the whole
See, they make fun of both the left and the right in equal measure. They just really do not give a shit because humanity is their kind of plaything,
Oh yeah, I know, but sometimes sometimes I think they're wrong about the left and the right. So.
Yeah, that's fucking what the hell happens. They're not always right. They're not like some hallowed scion that is giving us divine words straight from.
I miss South Park when it was, not to change this, but I do miss South Park when it wasn't all just a topical show. When it was, they would have, their shows parodying Kathy Lee Gifford, but then they'd have a show about volcanoes and duck and cover and things like that, and then they'd have a show about, I don't know, fucking something. So, and they did it a lot more subtly than they do now. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, they do kind of hard. They do kind of like fucking ham-fisted straight down your throat these days, but
yeah, back in the day it was a little more subtle. Yes, there was always social commentary, but it was, it was a show about kids. Now it's a social commentary show with Eric Cartman, who acts nothing like an 8-year-old. Because the original show, they were like, these are just 8-year-olds being 8-year-olds or whatever. But now it's like Eric Cartman acts like a wannabe Hitler. And I'm just like, I mean, I don't think they're that funny because I prefer dry humor to sight gags and shit because I can't fucking see.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm not willing to dismiss global warming or anything like that. I'm willing to say maybe some people have it wrong, but I'm not willing to just dismiss it. It's a myth. It's like, no, it's not a myth.
It's like saying evolution is a myth.
Evolution is a myth, god damn it. God created man in 6. I don't know. I told you this on the chat, Jim, that Ken Ham wants to build an Arkland.
Arkland.
A life-size reproduction of Noah's Ark, and I'm like, well, I would be pissed at the petting zoo doesn't have dinosaurs in it. In fact, that would pretty much crush my faith in God. God didn't send dinosaurs out to fucking be an exhibit. There is no God.
Mm-hmm. I want to see the dinosaurs eating people.
Have you seen that creation museum? That's awesome.
No, I have not. I got to just so I could have a laugh.
You've never seen the creation museum with the fucking Triceratops with the saddle on it?
No, I have not. That sounds fucking awesome.
It's in Kentucky.
That's funny because I was plotting one of the characters in our D&D campaign to ride a Triceratops.
It's in Kentucky. It was sponsored by Ken Ham of Answers in Genesis fame.
I don't know. No.
A bunch of atheists have gone through it, and apparently it's losing money, but they're going to expand it to try to lure more tourists. And yeah, there's shit like people with most of the dinosaur models are based on Jurassic Park and not actually how they really were.
Yay.
Sorry, just choking to death. Such as the Velociraptor, not
For
really.
For some reason, I am now being remembered. Language, Jim. Language. I am now being reminded of a book called Taken by the T-Rex.
Sounds sexy.
It actually is in the erotic porn category.
Nice. Oh no, Jim. Language. Remember, you weren't blind. You could actually learn your language.
Yes, I could actually learn my language. You cannot. You must be shamed. Because blindness has retarded you.
Me no language?
More retarded than you usually are, that is.
I was going to say, what? I would say we're just playfully being mean, but...
We actually are this way, and that's what makes life good.
Well, he's going to re-listen to the show. There's a bunch of dicks. They talk about me behind my back. No, we'd say this if you were here.
Yes. A nasty wife is a good find.
I don't have a wife, so I don't know.
And apparently, one that likes taking fucking pictures. And there's a deer giving a blowjob to a tree.
Okay.
And some pedophile was just like fucking arrested and charged on his 29th birthday.
Was fucking arrested? He was fucking while he was arrested? That's awesome.
Oh, no. This is a different thing. I thought it was a fucking pedophile, but no, this is a fucking cop who raped women while on duty. And he's crying in the corner saying, why can't it be me? And you know that like he's double doomed because there are two things Hans don't like in prison. Cops and pedophiles. He's getting a double dose of that anal rape.
Yay, whereas I'm neither, so...
Yeah.
See, we were going to rape him, but then he started with his witty comebacks, and we like him.
Besides, who wants to rape the blind kid? He wouldn't know who did it, so there'd be like...
Blind fat kid, too. He's not that attractive.
Yeah, well, you don't know what some people fuck in prison. I've heard tales from people who have been.
That's why whenever people talk about how, like...
And the funny part about... I'll let you continue your thought, but the funny part is whenever I hear from these people, the people who usually get anally raped are either A, the complete scumbags as pedophiles or corrupt cops that got busted, or B, they're trying to out-hard everyone.
Yes.
It's just to be a dominant thing, saying, shut up, get in your place, I'm fucking rectally raping you.
Yes, usually
It's not the people
just...
that are like, I'm doing my time. They're like, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I mean, from people who have been in prison. They were like, yeah, just whatever, and they get along. But well, it's funny when people like quote love shy unquote, where people go, oh, I'm so hideous, I can't get a girl. I'm like, dude, fucking look at me, for example. Okay, I've had very little trouble finding meaningful relationships. I mean, I have one now that's very good, and I've had some in the past. So your love shy thing, well, women just don't like nice guys. They only like dicks or whatever. Well, that's, I'm a dick, but I'm not that kind of dick. But so that's complete bullshit. If an ugly fuck like me can get if ugly misanthropic fuck like me can actually have a meaningful relationship, you have no excuse.
Oh, fuck, if an ugly fuck like me. God, as much tail as I've got in
Dude,
my life.
I can't see it, but I can fucking out ugly you in a heartbeat.
No, you're still young. I got old.
Look at my face. Oh, you can't see it.
Yeah, I've seen it before, and it's nowhere near the same ugliness as my face. And I've had teeth pulled, motherfucker. I'm now toothless.
Are you?
Well, not entirely. I'm only missing like 8.
See, my teeth are just all crooked, and they were like, "Do you want braces?" I'm like, "Fuck no."
As long as you can eat, that's all that matters.
All my teeth fit in my fucking mouth. I didn't even fucking have my wisdom teeth pulled.
But I know for certain I can out-ugly you. But the other thing is, I could also turn on that charm I got and fucking still get more tail than you.
I don't. Well, now that I'm in a fucking committed relationship, yeah, and so are you. But I don't know. I'm pretty fucking charming. I am actually charming. If you ask my GF, I can actually be charming.
You see, there was one thing that would
scares
lead
me.
to. There's one thing you got going for you that would lead to more tail, but you refuse to use it.
I've used it in the past. Okay, I've used it in the past, and I didn't like. I liked it obviously, but I felt like I wasn't being me. But no, I actually do have charm. That's something. Apparently, according to my ex, I'm a pretty good flirt, which I don't even know what the fuck flirting is. So that surprises me.
It took me a while to grasp the concept of flirting myself, and to realize that I was doing it.
Yeah, I still don't really understand it, but I do it and I do it well. So, but yeah, I'm actually like, I mean, around someone like I want to be nicer to. I'm like, oh yeah, how are you? I mean, I don't fucking tell them about the show yet. That's actually, it actually ruined the first date before this current one, where I was like, yeah, I did this show. It's a comedy show. It's called Political Trendy Radio. You can look it up. She never would have talked to me again.
Boom goes the cock. Awesome. I never thought I could see a cow as hot as a girl in a swimsuit. I have as 3 size D batteries lodged inside my asshole as a defensive measure. I call it the Shining Dragon.
Do you, Jim?
It's like it was made for the sole purpose of covering your cock. Why do you think that was a man's penis that grows frontward? That's because it's charging headlong towards the path it believes in. Oh, sis, it's a white Christmas. It's wonderful. My immortal dick is once again on fire and can't be stopped.
He's a medieval werewolf.
Sorry, these are like fucking anime fucking manga. That's it. Manga fucking quotes taken out of context.
Mongo?
Yeah, it's the Japanese comic book.
Oh, how can I how can I make a racist joke against the Japanese? What is it called? Kamikaze? Ha 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 ha!
It's called the Pearl Harbor. There, I just pissed off so many people.
No, I can piss off people. Ready? So are the letters like different because they're slanty eyes?
Oh god, that reminds me of this one porno
There we go.
my dad had. And it's just a brief anecdote here because I was reading it and because I just got done jerking off, obviously, and wanted some more entertainment and was trying to get hard again. I decided to read it, and one of the interviewer was like, so do some Oriental women have sideways vaginas because of the slant eye thing? God, you're asking that. I mean, I know the thing was published in the 80s, but the 80s wasn't like the 50s in like terms of how we comprehended different people from. No.
And he was being serious.
He was being serious.
See, I just said
all
that
she
as
did was laugh and decide to strut her stuff anyway.
See, I just said that as a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very, very offensive joke.
Yes.
I'm horrible, I know.
Because the entire interview, like I read it, it was all done serious, and that just came out of the fucking blue, and I'm like, you're a retard.
You're a retard. If he says you're a retard, my dogs are barking.
Yes, and you know it's got to be bad because I rode the short bus to school.
So did I.
So we're both fucking retards, huh?
You know, I was thinking about the Ian guy. I'm not so sure he didn't.
Who, what?
I was thinking about the Ian guy.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure he didn't.
Yeah, I'm not so sure
No,
myself.
I'm just gonna head out.
Okay.
You have nothing you can add? Okay.
Well, at least he tried.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he might be autistic. Ian, not me.
I'm probably off key with that. I don't know.
What were you trying to do? Yeah, that was awful, and your microphone's clicking. So that sounded double awful. It sounded like you were saying "ooh" while you're making popcorn. So, good job, stupid.
Yay, I am stupid.
You need to ask your girlfriend for another fucking microphone for Christmas.
I probably need a new headset, which I should have probably filed that fucking warranty I bought, but I didn't.
Dude,
I'm a retard.
It's fucking Christmas. Tell your fucking,
No, what I want for Christmas is a new computer chair. Don't fuck that up.
All I want for Christmas is the blood of a virgin.
Straight from her crotch, the rivers of menstruation. Oh, that was fucking awesome looking at that. I wish that they would bring that somewhere just so you could feel the awesomeness of it. Because it was Dante's Inferno, all 9 layers of hell done in Lego form.
That would be awesome. So, you fucking do anything for Christmas or what?
I'm probably going to eat and work some more on the D&D campaign. That's probably my Christmas.
I'm going to do PTR.
Oh, yeah, it's on a Friday, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll probably be on PTR myself then. Yeah.
I'm just making sure because I know people fucking go places and shit. So I'm making sure that I'll have at least one person. I mean, I'm not forcing, people. You don't have to force people to be on PTR. I'm like, actually, that would be kind of easy. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, we just give the blind man a gun, and he points it where he thinks it's supposed to go. We'll wind up with whoever he decides to take hostage. We don't know if it's going to be someone good or bad. I don't even know if he's going to know who he grabs as a hostage. But
well, one of my friends was like, "Stop sending me the link, dude. You're fucking forcing me to be on the show." I'm like, "Dude, I just sent you the link. You can join if you want to. You don't fucking have to be on the show at all."
Yay, everything.
And the Jim's like, "Oh wait, I don't have to be here. Fuck that. See you later."
I already know I don't have to if I was getting late, or going out drinking with some friends, but that's not happening.
No, you're stuck.
I mean, I do get laid, but usually, it's after she gets off work.
Not really during the day at whatever time it is.
And my favorite boobs has just started following me.
And Jinx Dawson from Coven is following me on PTR or on Twitter. Aren't you jealous?
No, not really. That could be just a bot.
No, it's actually her. I've actually looked at her fucking profile. Apparently, she still looks hot in her 60s.
Yes. And that's cool. That means superior genetics.
Just like that one black metal girl I showed you. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say, oh yeah, because fucking, as I said on the Facebook, hey, if I had fucking friends and could like go out, I wouldn't be doing this show. PTRs run by people who would rather do something else. And Annika's like, you're gonna give up on your dream? I'm like, if it meant having fun, yeah. I mean, not that I'm not having fun doing this, but you know what I mean.
You must shut the fuck up and realize that when women commit domestic violence, it's always a reaction to men because they are fucking scumbags and deserve to die. And they perish off the fucking face of the earth because they are inferior. They call themselves victims. Men are repulsive, manipulative. Yeah.
And women are angels. And if there's a female utopia, there wouldn't be any fighting. Because that all-female police force in ISIS is just a loving, peaceful thing. They don't throw ass in people's faces and shoot people.
Yeah, they don't do that at all.
That would be like the. Of course, they throw ass in people's faces for not wearing veils. That would be the best thing of being a Muslim. I get to throw ice in people's face or ass in people's faces.
Oh, did you know that whenever that fucking shooting happened in San Bernardino? Am I saying it right? Okay.
Yes, San Bernardino.
Okay,
San Bernardino.
So whenever fucking that was going on, before they listed who the perps were, 18,000 tweets came out blaming white men for it.
Okay.
Saying white men were the shooters. Then whenever it became fucking known that they were like not white, like crickets.
Nice. I actually, because I showed you that Rational Wiki Blasphemy Challenge thing, I actually did that to a Muslim. I said, I have this nice portrait of Muhammad. Would you like to see it? Block.
Yeah, people block me a lot too. It's fucking great.
If you, to offend a Jew, you eat ham. You eat ham in front of them. I've done that in real life and it works.
I've done that in real life and they're like, God damn it. and they're just like getting pissed off at me. It's like, you could drop the orthodoxy. Not many Jews actually care about this shit anymore.
No, but then I go,
I want to be right with the Lord.
And then I go, want some? It's good. To offend a paganism, you say to offend a pagan, who worships Odin, you say nice depth perception, one eye.
Oh, one eye.
What do you say to offend a Satanist?
I got the one eye Cyclops. All you do to offend a Satanist is say praise Jesus. There.
That doesn't offend me though.
I know. That's what's sad. Oh yeah, call him Hitler. There we go.
That doesn't really offend me either.
I know it doesn't offend you, but come on. Yeah.
You're not the typical. People are like, "Oh, he's a Satanist, evil."
Evil in a league with Satan. Satan.
Hey, I'm just saying, Satan's cooler than you. And of course, how to offend an atheist is checkmate atheists, which back when I called myself an atheist, I was like, that never really offended me. It just annoyed me. It was like, okay, because you see those Facebook pages like, gravity disproves atheism, checkmate atheist, and you're just like, that was retarded.
Yeah.
You're either a troll or just stupid, or both.
More than likely, we do not care.
Have you seen the Republicans?
No, I definitely received my fucking flogging from this chick holding a fucking riding crop. Just saying that would be completely awesome.
Even though I'm not masochistic in any way, yeah, okay. Have you seen the America Speaking Out or whatever it's called, the Republicans sounding board for America? And how many people how many like trolls have invaded it and go like one guy was like we need the Aramaic to be the official language of the United States because that's what Jesus spoke. I don't think the rich should pay taxes because the rich don't use anything like the bus. And one guy said we need to compose a new national anthem. We should ask the heavy metal band Guar to compose a national anthem to strike fear into our enemies.
Yes, we should.
I was like, yes.
That is what we need.
So yeah, oh yeah. So getting back about to the Pennsylvania thing, because I thought that was funny, and he changed the subject. I thought Pennsylvania was a pretty liberal state. I didn't think they were that fucking backward.
Nah, it happens depending upon where you live. You have to sit here and think that of our country as little tiny pockets. Within these tiny pockets, there's even smaller pockets.
Yeah, I know.
So, like, if you go by voting preferences, you'll notice where the bigger cities are. Allegheny County is where Pittsburgh is, and
Yep.
then there's Philadelphia. I forget what the fuck name of that county is, but those two typically vote largely Democrat. And then the smaller rural areas, which are actually vast chunks of this state, typically vote Republican.
Which is kind of ironic that they vote for the part because Republicans still have that by the bootstraps image. Donald Trump was brought up by the bootstraps from his very rich father.
Yeah.
I always loved that the whole Republicans, the by the bootstraps virtue party, and
fuck! That reminds me of something. I fucking need to fucking skull cap someone on because they were talking about Bernie Sanders. Like, well, why is he receiving heat for dodging the draft, like avoiding a bullshit war? And I'm like, sitting there, can't you put two and two together? He had the money to leave the country in order to dodge the draft. Most people didn't have the money, so their options were either go to war or go to jail.
Or somehow go to Canada.
Well, if you were close enough to the border, you couldn't have, but you got to remember, finances are a thing, and not everyone's willing to pick up a hitchhiker.
Like,
and we're talking about the Vietnam era where you still had your fucking... I mean, even though, yeah, they still exist today, it's just less of a thing where your fucking rednecks would not pick up someone if they were not white.
Well, yeah, but now you wouldn't pick up a hitchhiker because, the hitchhiker could kill you. And the hitchhiker doesn't want to pick you up because you could kill them.
Yeah, because, the whole thing is this. The hitchhiking thing, people being afraid of them killing wasn't really a thing until about the mid to late 80s.
Yeah,
they really start propagandizing that. Before that, it was just seen as being neighborly. Oh, someone needs a ride, I'll help them out.
But, the thing about, because Biafra was talking about, I guess he was the only one home, and he was like 10, 11, 12 years old or whatever. And there was a knock on the door from his a place where his student who worked at the library his mother worked at, who didn't want to go to Vietnam and was afraid that he was going to be sent to jail for dodging the draft. But he wasn't rich or anything. He was just like, so yeah, a lot of people went to war. I mean, see, because people go, why are you so critical about the Iraq War and the people who fought in it? I'm like, because they didn't go because there was a fucking draft. They went because they wanted to enlist. Granted, I'm not trying to belittle the suffering they've had and the changing their minds or whatever.
Well, I do have to put in a little bit of input here. I mean, yeah, you got your people that are so brainwashed, go America, that just fucking, don't give a shit. But then you also got your fucking poor people
who get brainwashed into thinking that the Republic or that the Army will pay their fucking college.
Well, yeah, and they actually do pay your college if you're lucky enough to get into the program while they still have money.
One of the things they do though is they go, yeah, we'll pay for your college if you do another tour.
Yeah, they do that too.
So you wind up doing another tour. Then we'll pay for your college if you do one more chore. You're just like, and then he, of course, then he gets shot in the head and gets sent home, brain damage, and he can't go to fucking college anyway.
Yeah, they're trying to bet against the bank, and
Yeah, I mean, that kind of thing. But I would like if I was going to go into any sort of military, I'd be like, look, I specifically want something. If I could see, obviously, I don't think I need to really say that, but okay, I'd be like, I specifically want something where I don't have to shoot anything, where my life isn't in danger. I don't really want to die yet. I still haven't. I still haven't punched Jim in the face. I don't want to die yet.
meanwhile, punching me in the face guarantees your demise. so win-win for death on that angle.
Unless I punch hard enough, your brain flies out. Even then, it's a win-win for death because then you'll be dead,
Yeah, one way or the other, someone dies.
and then I'll go to jail
Everyone goes to jail, though. It's not
or
that
get
place.
lethal injection. So yeah, death does win. Damn, you're right. Death does win either way.
Death always wins.
Only death is real. But what are we debating about? I can't remember.
We were debating about fucking war and
Oh yeah,
draft
but
versus voluntary enlistment, which
I
still say,
what?
yeah, regardless. And the thing is, I actually do support the troops because they have to give up their free will to get their fucking paycheck. I don't always support their commanding officers, especially when you get into the general category.
Oh shit. But I mean, like I know my friends have asked. Well, I really want, I'm thinking about volunteering for the army. What should I do? And I'm like, I just wouldn't. Regardless of what you think about war, I just wouldn't. I mean, yeah, ask yourself, is college worth dying for?
I mean, I do respect people that want to protect, our way of life, but our way of life has been fucked for a while now.
And they're not protecting my way of life. I don't see them fucking fighting wars against, laws that I don't like, so fuck that.
See, what we need is some fucking, alliances with, colonels and shit with lots of troops under them. And, that way we could just take over.
Yes, and all of a sudden you hear a voice, this is the NSA.
Yes, we're waiting for that.
Shit.
You see, I say what we need to do and what's actually going to happen are probably two different things. But
yeah, but they'd still arrest us. I'd be like, I have never said that. I don't know what you're talking about. I am not a crook. Wait, I don't know if I was doing.
I was on
Kennedy
a lot of
Nixon.
drugs and had no idea what the hell I was talking about.
I was trying to do Kennedy and Nixon at the same time.
That didn't really work.
No, shut it. You know what? I'm gonna punch you in the face, bitch.
I'm gonna shit up your nostrils with a nice rancid diarrhea squirt.
Oh God, don't mention diarrhea. My fucking dog had diarrhea today.
Oh, you're not making fun of my laugh anymore.
I don't need to. It makes fun of itself.
Okay, that's good that you actually realized that.
I always knew that. I just thought I never heard it before, so I thought it'd be fun to make fun of it.
Yeah.
Don't ask me questions about what I think. You don't know what I think.
Yeah, I know exactly what you think because of yellow.
Yellow. But I don't know what yellow looks like, or black.
Yes.
I mean, somebody once said to me, well, the only reason you're colorblind about skin color is because you're blind. I'm like, what? Okay. So everyone who isn't blind is a racist. That's okay.
Yay, everyone.
So, Jim, you're a racist.
Hooray.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from, but I was just like, where do you get your logic? And can I refund it?
Yeah. I wanted to know where that logic came from so it could be eradicated.
Yeah, so, the only reason I'm colorblind, like I don't judge people on their skin colors, because I'm blind. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool.
And it would be pointless for you to,
Well,
because you are also black and blonde somehow.
but also the fact that, I was taught from a fucking young age that didn't fucking matter what skin color because it has no fucking effect on the fucking brain.
No, it really
So
doesn't.
that might have something to do with it, but no, it's just because I was blind. Same thing with, sex, like I'm fucking hard on, women race car drivers because I've seen enough of these Danica Patricks and, oh, she's a female racing driver. I'm like, okay, I don't care if you're a female, male, or she-male, or a fucking cat driving a race car, which would be awesome. You gotta fucking prove to me that you're talented. I'm not saying always win races because your equipment doesn't always guarantee that you'll win races, but you have to prove to me that you're talented enough to deserve my respect.
Exactly.
If you don't, then I won't respect you. That's why I'm like, look, I love being wrong. I love, maybe she really is talented. It's not just the fact that they have a rich dad. It's actually because they, can win races. Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's not just because they're a woman. That's why. Oh, they're actually talented. So, yeah, I'm pretty hard on that. But of course that means I'm a sexist
Yeah.
because I'm not.
It's like whenever someone says, it's like fucking female fronted or she-male fronted or, black fronted, it's like, is the music any good?
Yeah,
That's my
right.
fucking, first thought. Is it any good? If not, then I'm not going to care.
Well, yeah, I didn't know
And
until
if it
today.
sucks completely horribly, then I will bash it as poser.
Well, yeah, I didn't know till today that Blasphemy had a black guy in the band. Don't care. Didn't need to know. I know that for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like whatever. Yeah. Well, we have to listen to this. Ugh, fuck off, people. People make me sick.
Yes.
Well, it's like what he was talking about, blind or whatever. And I was saying, look, I don't want to be known as the blind kid. I don't want to be known as the blind film critic. I want to be known as Elliot Lindemood, horrible radio host, can't hold a conversation, overly opinionated, complete cunt. Um, we hate him. We want to.
Hunt. Yes.
We don't. But that's what I want to be known as. That's what I want to be known as. Elliot Lindemood, complete incompetent. Not Elliot Lindemood, blind kid we should feel sorry for. I'd,
Yeah.
I'd rather be known as an incompetent and hated than feel sorry and loved.
I agree with that statement wholeheartedly.
Especially because I know I suck at this thing that I love doing. But I love doing it. That's why I do it.
I don't know. You've gotten better. I've gotten way better at like fucking ad-libbing shit, even though my brain still farts out. I have to go and think back through a haze of drugs, abuse, and fucking how I brained my damage. And
I did better though. I deigned my bramage.
there we go.
But the thing is, there's a threshold that I judge myself as. And the threshold is, would I watch this if it was someone else? Some of the early episodes, hell no. I thought I was crap. I thought the guy doing the hosting was crap. Because whenever I listen to it, I kind of disassociate myself with the person so I could judge it objectively. So I don't think I'm listening to myself. I'm thinking I'm listening to a person. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's a weird psycho thing I do, just because so it won't feel as weird. So yeah, I'm like, wow, the guy hosting this is shit, and his friends are even worse. But I was listening to maybe episode 46, and I was just like, wow, this is actually engaging me, even though I've heard all this before, because I was saying it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I've gotten a little bit better. I think I've gotten more open about controversial opinions. Because before I was like, well, how come I mean, my intros were always good, but then I'd die on my ass after the first minute of the show. And I'd just be like, oh, fuck.
Well, then you were also introduced to me, and that helped bring things up. My main thing, though, is I work far better off of a script. I mean, that's how I was trained to be, like, into any form of media.
What we should
I know how to ad lib, but it's always based off of it used to always be based off a script, and I always sucked at me being me because it's like I have to sit there and think back through a haze of drugs half the time in order to relate stories.
What we really should do, and I've been meaning to talk about this for a while on the chat, because we do have a PTR board of directors chat. We should find articles and bookmark them
Yeah,
during the week. We should find articles, we find talking points, study them, and bookmark them so they can be read and dissected during the show. We should have done that possibly in June, but
we've been complete idiots about it, and I keep forgetting to bookmark shit I find.
see, it's funny how much time flies because I was listening to PTR 14. That was one where Anarcha was talking about the Mormon at his house or whatever. And I went to go make corn dogs, and it was like really loud because I was beeping or whatever. But I had forgotten that was in August. I thought that was like 2 weeks ago, but it turns out it was 4 months ago. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, time's been flying.
No shit. Yeah, we've known each other for 6 months.
God, it seems like a year.
That's depressing. I'm gonna go kill myself.
Do it on air. Please get the camera. No. You have to turn the camera that way. A little bit up to high. Wait,
Okay.
wait, it's that way? You were pointing and I couldn't. You fucker.
Okay, am I good now? No. Up. Okay, you're good. Oh, I didn't even see that. Fuck, it's hot in here, and I think, my dog pissed on the floor. I had to clean it up, and it still fucking smells like it. But I cleaned it up. It's just there's no fucking window here. I like dogs sometimes. Other times I hate them.
Yay, dog. Noun.
What are you saying?
Dog is a noun. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Dog is a noun? Blasphemy. Witch. I actually know a lot of satanic witches now for some reason.
That's a good thing.
Most of them are very attractive women. I know some guys, but some of them are, most of them are.
Yeah.
But people are like, oh, it's just a phase. I'm like, I don't know. The way they talk about it, they know more than the average, oh, look, I'm a Wiccan for a month.
Oh, hell, I was a Wiccan for a while, and that was kind of a phase, even though it defined a few things, it still stuck. It's just,
I've studied witchcraft and stuff, and I although I don't believe in it, I certainly respect some of it. And of course, I'm not going to explain me and Satanism anymore because I've explained that to death, and it's complicated. If you don't get my terminology, go fuck yourself.
Satan.
I know what I am, and I know what I believe, and I know. So I call myself a Satanist for reasons. And if you have trouble comprehending those reasons, then you suck, and you're not me.
Yes, and you are not me. For me is the way, as I am me.
Me is the way as I am me.
Yes.
Who said that? Thoreau?
I do not know. It was completely retarded.
Yes, it was. I was like, what are you saying? Or say me is the way, what? Oh, I don't know. Find something good to talk about.
I have 666 followers on Tumblr.
I have about 60 followers on Twitter.
Yo, what up, my Negroes?
Oh my god, he's alive, and he missed all the good stuff, as usual.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I just wasn't on here. Doesn't mean I wasn't listening in.
Oh, you were listening in. So, Anarcha, yellow.
What?
Yellow.
Yeah. Yellow what?
Yellow.
See, he missed it.
He missed it. If he doesn't know what yellow is, then he missed it.
Okay, I didn't get it all, but I was on the phone with my girlfriend and all that shit, which is, I shared your fucking link around.
Oh my god, we had a class, what?
I'm on a fucking Friday show.
We had a fucking classic case of scientific something or other. Fuck's sake. My brain.
But see, I'm trying to be scientist, even though I sound like creationist.
Well, I mean, he was talking about something that quite actually and literally is intelligently designed. And you know that just because we've evolved over millions of years, that doesn't mean we're fucking capable, because we didn't consciously evolve.
It just happened. Natural selection. But,
It wasn't what
I was gonna say, it just happened through natural selection. That has absolutely nothing to do with our species being intelligent.
this guy's claiming. Now that we're evolved, it's easier for us to build an intelligently designed robot.
No, it's not.
Jim, do you?
Oh, God.
Please tell me you understand. Just tell me you understand.
I understand. It was just fucking retarded.
But, so, earlier, Airbot got terminated on Facebook.
You got terminated on Facebook?
Nearly did. I was talking to my girlfriend, and all of a sudden I got locked the fuck out, and I'm all like, what the fuck happened? I got reported. One of my posts. And,
What was it about?
Crucifix, the first song on their album, well, a minute, god damn it. Democracy Spawns Bad Taste. Because I got reported for condoning suicide because in the chorus of the song, the lead singer pretty much says that go kill yourself like 3 times in the song, and somebody reported it. And so I about got my fucking Facebook. They didn't.
I have a question.
You make me.
Why do you have such stupid friends? I mean, I try to have selectively add my friends and have decent taste.
It's because of
And he
this
faded
line
out.
right here. Citizen, kill someone or kill yourself because you're such a fucking bore. Yeah, that got me almost terminated.
I condone suicide every day.
I know, but it's just the fucking fact that out of everything I ever posted, a Crucifix song almost got my account suspended. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
And people say Facebook doesn't ban people over speech.
I have posted everything. I posted Nazi Punk and haven't got suspended. I only got suspended once, and I'll tell that story in a minute. Jimmy, you said you had a shelter story.
Oh, fuck. Which one was it?
Oh? Fuck. You don't want to fucking tell a story, you bitch.
I have to get back in the mindset. Oh, fuck, yeah. The shelter story I was thinking of was how people are fucking... There was this guy there. And that's still the whole fucking... The guy there said, I converted to Christianity and it saved my soul, and I used to be this Satanist who used to pray to Satan every night for him to take my soul and make me do his bidding, but now I'm a Christian and I'm Christian-y Christian. I'm generalizing majorly here, but that's essentially, the way it was. And, he ran a few of the services we had he was one of the bigwigs at the shelter. He actually ran things because he had enough Jesus in him. Then, a couple months after I left the shelter, I went up there to get some free donation goods because, I was still poor. And I found out that the guy had left the shelter, had left the administration of the shelter after he robbed the place and left a Praise Satan letter.
Oh, shit.
Yay!
Spent 3 years climbing the ladder of that place as pretending to be either he believed it or he was pretending it. But for the 3 years he was there, he was all Mr. Christian-y, converted from Satanism, then, he stole money and said, praise Satan.
Praise Satan!
Mm-hmm.
So, in March, for 2 weeks, I'm gonna be
take a
going.
piss.
I'm gonna go into Illinois to see my girlfriend, and I'm gonna be staying in a fucking hotel. So yeah, PTR is gonna be from a hotel.
Yay, hotel room with hookers.
I am not going to Texas.
Good,
I'm
you're not
going-
going to Texas.
I'm going there because
That's where
it's
she lives, and, I'm sorry. Well,
The only thing is, I won't be losing my virginity that day for obvious reasons.
Yeah, whatever. You've already fucking told me. We've already made fun of you a billion times.
You made fun of me. I didn't know that.
I made fun of you for saying that sex was boring.
I just don't. Alright.
Besides, I make fun of you for breathing, Anarcha. You should know that.
It's just because I don't recognize it. Because I don't get offended easily.
Well, it's because you. Oh, I was gonna say what sex is because he's never fucking experienced it.
That's what my Japanese friends tell me. Like, how can you hate what you never had? Like, okay, I just don't like the idea of it. It sounds stupid. Like, you're not even real. You're not even a real person.
You know what sounds? Oh, I'm not gonna start because I'm just gonna get angry and start yelling at you for being an idiot.
Okay, there's this guy getting ashamed now.
For thinking sex is stupid? Oh, hi, Anarcha.
No, James Dean's getting rape allegations from a porn
Yes,
actress.
I saw that on Sargon's thing. Yes, he's getting.
Yeah,
Male.
male feminist now that worked with a feminist porn studio.
And now, and of course, the first thing she did was go to Twitter, not the police. And yes,
Yeah.
I've seen the shitstorm.
But here's the funny part: the fucking studio that they both worked at. Oh my fucking god! This is like BDSM. It's art style BDSM. It's not like the shit that would be really really cool. I mean, there is some spanking and shit, but they got people suspended 6 feet off the ground in rope harnesses, forced to fuck each other midair, pretty much, and they're all dressed in medieval kind of garb while they're all doing this.
Satan.
And the film studio also has this one scene where they fucking hog-tied this woman, like she's about to be, and around the pole, like she's gonna be cooked on a spit, and then put an apple in her mouth before they fucking spanked and fucked her.
I gotta go piss.
Mm.
That
You
is
go
something I
ahead and
really.
do that.
And then I'll tell you the story of the time I was suspended from Facebook for 12 hours. Not really a good story, but it's a story I have. And we can make fun.
I'm setting up a Vimeo account for PTR.
Setting up a what?
A Vimeo account for PTR, just a backup channel.
Whatever.
Yeah, so anyways, that whole thing.
See how little I care about that. That's because, well, it's not something I don't care. It's just that that's your job.
I mean, if she would have went to the cops first, I would have been more willing to believe the story.
We'll talk about that in a minute. Could you ad-lib for about 20 seconds?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Because I thought we already killed the subject, and that's why I was just going to talk about it some more.
Let's log in. Oh, I have a fucking account on Vimeo.
You have a pornographic video?
No, I guess I have an account on Vimeo, and I had no idea.
Huh, well, that's not really even that interesting.
I know. What's kind of funny though is my girlfriend now has access to the rest of my life pretty much. She has my. I gave her my Facebook and Google passwords. We exchanged all that shit.
God, never exchange passwords. Never. That is dumb because all it takes is one mistake to be misperceived as like a huge attack on them. I mean, not even, you didn't even mean it as something mean, but they take it as like this big dreaded thing, and all of a sudden, either A, your accounts are deleted, B, they're banned, or C, you look like a complete fucking bigoted moron because they defaced everything. You never share passwords. Ever. It's not a romantic thing to do because all that does is offer complete and utter control over everything you ever do and who is your friend, who isn't your friend, what can you do online, what business do you do online, do you enjoy getting subsidies from the videos that people watch, do you like people giving money through fucking other means to you online. This could all be shut down.
Not that I was listening to while I was taking a piss, because that would be weird.
And Jim, you're gonna shit yourself on this, but that sounded so erotic, giving someone that much power.
Yeah, shut up.
Really, you don't even know what he said.
I know what he said because I was listening to him while I was taking a piss.
Yes.
Which is really awkward to do, by the way.
Elliot,
He's
I take
blind, not deaf, and retarded.
but
Now, okay,
I'm
no,
not. I'm
no,
not.
no, no, no.
I'm not.
I have to chime in on the subject because I couldn't because you didn't want to hear me taking a piss.
Okay.
Or maybe you did. I don't care. You don't want to. Sharing your past. Oh boy. Oh, do I have some stories about that? So, sharing your passwords online. Well, I did that with my ex. You guys didn't know who she was. It's about a year before I started the show, so we didn't know any of you. Maybe Annika friended me, but we didn't talk for about a year. Okay, well, I needed something fixed on my Facebook, and she was the only one up, my ex. My then girlfriend, now ex. So I said, look, because I gave Jim my fucking Google password once. I don't give a fuck, What's he gonna do? Read my email and go, it's all racing subscriptions. Never mind. But I gave her my Facebook password just because I needed some fucking help. What I didn't know is she looked at my fucking messages and looked that I was, Jim, gasp, talking to another woman. Keep in mind, it was a friend that I've known, and it was, hi, how are you? That's cool. How's your boyfriend? Oh, he's good. That's cool. Tell him I said hi, because so we were just friends, and I knew the girl's boyfriend, but she got all jealous. Then, there used to be, like, the spam accounts that post porn pictures on your site or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got one, and I thought that was actually kind of funny, so I just kind of left it on there. I don't, if I usually get spam things, I'll delete them, but I thought that was whatever. It wasn't like fully naked. I think it was like girls in her underwear, and she's like, "You have girls in your underwear on your thing." I was like, "Yeah." I thought it was kind of funny because I can't see, and she's like, "Delete that now," and so she did it herself, and it was this whole fucking shitstorm of she heard that she read my messages and discovered that I was mentioning her that she said something to my friend. She was like, "Don't talk about me to your friends. You're making fun of me." And I'm like, "No, we were just mentioning that you made a point. We weren't. So yeah, sharing your passwords is a dumb shit thing to do. Even though I give my passwords to my friends, whom I trust because I know they're not gonna fucking do anything, and I need help if I need help. And by the way, I changed them, so Jim, you don't have my Google password anymore.
Oh,
I
that
know,
was understandable. I kind of figured you were going to do that.
Okay,
I
I,
would.
I know you were planning a vandalism spree, Jim. Sorry to. I mean, if you want to cry, you can go ahead and cry.
I was just going to start a hangout on your channel and fart in the microphone for 12 hours.
Even though you can only do it for 8.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, but yeah, and then the whole. I had someone who was saying you can't be friends with this person. No, you can be friends with that. I had a person who said this gentleman. It wasn't you, Jim, because we didn't know each other. But this gentleman, he looks like a punk rocker. He looks scary. I don't like him hanging out with you. I'm like, do you fucking know? I guess she thought she could change me.
Yeah.
That it was a phase that I was gonna fucking put on a Brooks Brothers suit. But yeah, so yeah, sharing passwords is stupid. Anyway, Anarchy, you had something to say? Sorry to interrupt, but I had to.
I just said make sure that the passwords that I have used are correct because all the shit that I have in line on there.
Whatever.
I think they automatically update anyway. The reason I'm not fucking worried about it is because like if I could literally say my password over this to 100,000 people if they were watching, and go ahead, log into my Google account. You're not gonna get too far. Log into my Facebook, say bad shit. You're not gonna get too far because the moment that it's picked, like let's say if you or Jim logs into my account, you will immediately get shut down by Google because I didn't authorize it.
Oh, Anarchy, I have to yell at you about something.
Oh, okay.
Please don't fuck with the coding on the Hangouts.
What coding?
Whenever Jim was setting up the Hangouts, apparently my coding had been switched.
What are you
My
talking
encoding
about?
thing.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It was asking for a decoder that he had to download, and I was like, well, this isn't how I do it. I just click a button and go because
I
it
didn't
has
mess
its
with the
generic
encoding.
option.
See, that's what I do, and I didn't know that it's still because I bypassed it. So I think you might have went to the oh, Jim, I know what you did. I know what you did wrong.
What?
You went to the YouTube website, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
If
No,
you
no, 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 no. You just go to Google plus.google.com/hangout/onair.
Okay, I tried that
Yeah.
before. And it tried asking me to download a fucking thing, and I was like, no, so I just stuck with going through YouTube for a
Oh
minute.
no, that's what I did because I did that with YouTube once, and I was like, and so I just went, oh, can I just go directly to the source? Sweet. No, I don't have any. I thought Anarcha changed it because he's Anarcha.
No, I can't even do that. I have to do it with my fucking channel. That's why Google Chinwag's series is dead, because I can't fucking do live streams anymore.
There's a generic way apparently, according to Jim. So have him explain it to you because he's smart. Not really.
I don't
Well, I
really
can't
care.
screen cap half the games because of the way they fucking use graphics cards. So I gotta still figure that out.
Oh yeah, I was surprised to hear you were a gamer actually.
Who, me?
Yeah. Well, because when I first met you, I thought, Temple of Skulls, severed heads of your enemies beside you, drinking
Well,
from the
yes,
blood
but
of them.
how do you think I live out those fantasies?
Yeah, true. Well, at first I thought maybe real life, I thought maybe I could talk to a serial killer.
Yes, but then I would be in jail because you know eventually, no matter how articulate you are in the crime, you're going to fuck up.
Yep, true. Yeah, because I fucking research serial killers, but
Technically, nothing is illegal till you get caught.
you should do commentary on games once in a while, and I'd watch them. I watch them for Bishman Rock. You remember that Bishop guy, right?
I think, yeah.
He did like Twitch streams, and he did commentary while he was doing it, so it wasn't that, but it was entertaining enough so I could watch it.
No, the biggest difference between you and I is I like being controlled. I love it. It turns
You like
me
what?
on. I love being controlled. It turns me on.
And see, I need to control because, not to get emotional, but or not to get whiny bitchy, but every fucking thing in my life was done for me. Because you're blind, so everything's fucking in school. Everything's fucking chosen for you. Your elective is fucking chosen for you. You're fucking, where you go outside back in the old days was fucking chosen for you. Oh, you go this way. Oh, you want to do this? No, I'm sorry, you can't do this. You have to do that. So, I try to get any fucking control I can. I'm not dominant in the bedroom. I'm more neutral, but everywhere else in my life, and this may sound kind of, I'm not a power hungry, but if I'm not in charge of myself, I don't need to be in charge of others, but if I'm not in charge of myself, I'm not happy.
I'm more referring to it relationship-wise. I like to be controlled. Otherwise, career-wise, everything else, no. I'm autonomous.
Relationship-wise, other than in the bedroom, I like to do my own thing. She can have certain things, but there are certain things I'm not going to budge on. But there's also some times where Elliot needs to say, "Look, I'm sorry, you're cool and all, but I need to go listen to music for an hour and a half, and go listen to death metal and ignore the world." So Elliot needs his Elliot time. So if you want to be really clingy, I suggest, I don't know, killing me. But I wouldn't say I'm dominant. I wouldn't say like, woman, you got to do my fucking laundry, bitch. But I'm not subservient by any means. I'm just me. Sometimes, What about you, Jim? What are you? Well, obviously you're the fucking subservient one because she was throwing shit at you.
I throw shit at her, too.
Aww.
Yes, our domestic abuse goes both ways. It makes us both so hot and horny.
I should buy you like Atlas Shrugged just so you can throw at each other. That's a big fucking book. That'd be doing some damage.
Yes, either that or War and Peace.
Oh my god! Have you seen the War and Peace audio CD collection?
How many are in it?
I don't know, but it was a box. It was a box. It was the size of a pretty good sized novel. Let's put it that way.
Just a box of CDs.
Yeah, it was
Great.
I don't buy CDs anymore. Audios because they're fucking stupid to have on a thing. I prefer audiobooks on MP3 because it's easier. They're fucking easier, and you don't have to worry about, oh, CD10 is scratched. Shit, there goes the book. I used to hate that. Or whenever you be missing a CD, or whenever you be missing a CD, they'd be like, well, there goes the fucking book. But nowadays I like audiobooks on MP3 because you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, War and Peace. A book I've never read and don't intend to.
Yay.
Well, that Stephen King book that's like 80 hours long.
Oh, I finally got into my original Facebook. I just said fuck it all, and I just
My
went ahead.
parents say Stephen King is good, but I don't think so.
I'm what you want to call an expert coder at this point, and I just said fuck it, since Microsoft and Zuckerberg and all them wouldn't comply with my stipulations. I went ahead and hacked into it, and I hacked into a few other things.
Oh, not to interrupt, Zuckerberg has spawned. Oh, God. Zuckerberg has spawned.
But anyway,
Okay.
yeah,
He's had a fucking child.
yeah. So what? Anyway, pretty fucking much, dude. I'm just I'm starting to let my internet tools go to my head. I've been doing things lately that I probably shouldn't be doing because I kind of a friend of mine the other day was having some problems with somebody bothering the fuck out of her. So the person that was bothering her no longer has a Facebook. I
Okay.
just kind of took it down.
Don't really care, to tell you the truth. Because I've done the same fucking thing. I don't really have any morals about that because I don't care. If you try to take my Facebook down, however, I will go to Kansas with a fucking tank.
Yay, go with the tank, my brethren.
We were making a point before Annika interrupted me, but I can't remember what the point was.
Good.
Jim, what was my point?
Spank me, baby.
The Grand Art of Sodomy, Volume 3.
Could we kill him? Oh yeah,
That's a song by the Addicts, you stupid cunt.
books or something.
It's a song by the Addicts, you stupid cunt.
I've never heard the Addicts because I never cared.
You
Hard
have.
grindcore.
You have heard the Addicts.
I don't remember. I didn't think much of them then. I thought they were okay then, but I didn't really think much of them. I listen to grindcore mostly now, so.
I fucking love SOB.
Well, yeah, of course you love SOB. Everyone loves SOB. But Jim, well, I was making actually a pretty good point about audiobooks and War and Peace. I've never read that. Yeah. My parents say Stephen King is good, but I don't know.
No, he's not.
I mean,
not at this level you would want your horror novel, at least. For pop culture, I guess it works.
It's okay, but, I mean, the whole thing is I don't believe in, well, if I believed in hell, I'd want to fucking go to hell, so, I mean, Lovecraft used hell and things like that to fucking make fun of, people and play on their fears, but Stephen King just kind of perpetuates this myth about heaven and hell.
Yay, perpetuate the myth of heaven and hell.
I mean, as Alex Harvey says, if you don't believe in demons, you won't find anything very scary about his book. But yeah, I'm still looking for some good horror. I've already read Clive Barker, so I'm fucked.
Yeah.
And Lovecraft, of course. Duh.
Yes. And then, my friend, everyone died, and there was much rejoicing.
And then Annika got to be sodomized by an elephant.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then I was asked if I would like it, and I said, no, thank you. I don't really.
Yeah, I guess I'll tell you.
The last show Annika Kaza will ever appear on.
Hey.
The body of 20-something-year-old Annika Kaza was found floating in the river, bludgeoned to death by a blind man who started screaming, "Die! Die, you son of a bitch!" even though he'd already been dead for 5 hours.
Yes.
I like how there's this myth of like blind people as retards, and I'm doing nothing but perpetuating the myth.
I love how I just ripped past them.
That's fucking great. It makes me smile.
Jim, you sound like you're actually happy right now, which is weird. I'm kind of afraid.
Yes, I am happy. We have confronted pure, full-out idiocy. In the name of science and color yellow.
And thank you.
Thank you.
Dude, we should have done that when he was on the show.
Oh, God, yes. We should have exposed them to that.
You should have just like started ranting about it. Yes, well, you don't believe in the color yellow? Well, far-sighted day, for simultaneous days with your educated stupid.
Yes. Educated stupid. The chorus.
Santa God. Santa
Santa
Claus
God.
disproves. Santa God got
Ah,
evolved from
malefico.
Santa. From Santa.
It
For
doesn't matter if you're naughty or nice when you see Robot Santa's sleigh run for your life.
Santa Claus is gunning you down for simultaneous days.
Yes.
You have to like, yeah. It's just funny how you fluctuate your voice. It even made me jump once when you're doing that because you were so quiet. I was like really paying attention. All of a sudden, ah! I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know. I was trying to read it like it sounded in my brain.
Brain. I don't have a brain.
And now, oh god, this is dumb.
What?
Just the title of it. Troll insurance to cover cost of internet bullying.
Done. I'm out. Bye. Oh, what? That's fake. That's gotta be fake.
No, this is from the Telegraph.
Oh.
Daily
An
Telegraph.
insurance company has started offering the first protection from cyberbullying,
What?
claiming to cover the cost of professional help, time off work,
Fuck you!
and even relocation for those who fall prey to online harassment.
Fuck
I'm
you!
gonna get that and take advantage of it.
Chubb, oh, I know. Oh, God, yes. What we should do is fucking go in, pay in for about a month, and then we all post mean shit about each other. The most vile, vulgar things we can do. Do that to them and get 50,000 pounds European.
Oh, hell yes.
Stupid, shitty, whiny fuck. Ah! Elliot Smash World. Ah.
You're covered for up to 50 grand. We should bankrupt this motherfucker.
Jim, did you
To
say something
hell.
about me being blind?
Oh my god! That's a microaggression that you would even accuse me of that.
If we get like 10 to 12 people doing it, we can get 600,000 or 6,000 or yeah, 600,000. Holy fuck. They'd be fucking bankrupt out the ass. Well, they're going to be bankrupt out the ass because now every drone with a fucking, you know, weak conscience is going to be going, you offended me, and all of a sudden they're going to be like, well, we just lost 5 million last week.
These people make fun of me because I'm in love with a 15-year-old. They don't understand my way of life.
I wouldn't say that on air, stupid.
Why?
But I don't know. I just wouldn't say that on air. But then again, I've said everything. I said everything on air. So
Why? It's not illegal.
I don't give a fuck if it's illegal. I just wouldn't say it on air because I don't want to hear your voice anymore. Yeah, Jim's better at making weird noises than you
I
are.
have to rip ass again. Don't make me do it.
I don't also have to remember I got like 40 years of experience.
What are you eating?
Cheetos, oven baked.
I'm sorry. At the start of this show, he was eating spaghetti. Now he's eating. I ate a burrito and a wrap.
Oh
quite
fuck!
big.
My fucking oven's on. Shit.
Yes.
Stick your head in it. Stick your head in it.
Yeah, stick your head in it. He almost did on Monday. Apparently, he almost fell in a couple of
That's
Mondays
great.
ago. Yep.
Yeah.
I.
But you know, my stomach started growling again. I'm like, oh god, I gotta fucking get some more.
So you're fatter than I am. Cool.
Probably.
I'm fucking over 300.
I'm a fat bastard. I'm over 300.
I'm a fat cunt, yeah. Ugh, we need Stye's British wit. Plus, he just sounds better when swearing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you see Andrew Campbell? Anna, don't be mean to Elliot. Because apparently he posted some disgusting pictures.
Please don't be mean to Elliot. Boo-hoo. Well, we have to be mean to you now. You need that 50 grand.
Yeah, right? I could
don't know what the
I could
transfer
buy
rate is from pounds to dollars, but you need it. Fucking do
yeah,
it.
it's about 80 grand, I think, over here.
Yep.
Last time I checked. I could buy a goat and something else.
Yeah.
Because I want a goat.
Oh, yeah.
That's my one fucking dream in life right now. All I have are dogs and a cat.
They may also be able to hire a reputation management team to clean up any online smears.
Now that's something I want, but I want the other way. I want people to fucking start planning. Elliot Linwood is a cunt. So then, like my show gets fucking known.
Or pay for a digital forensic specialist to trace the abuse.
I'm tracking you down, motherfucker.
Now, considering that just questioning somebody's opinion counts as abuse to some of these motherfuckers, this thing's gonna be bankrupt in a week.
But like I said, I want reputation management in a different way. I want them to like fucking smear me all over the wall, and also mention my show, so my show becomes infamous, and people start tuning in, and then they fall in love with me, and then they worship me as a god.
They worship me as a god. You're getting New Jersey.
I don't want New Jersey. I want Scandinavia. I told you.
Okay.
Give New Jersey to someone you hate, other than me.
Fine. I'll give it to someone who I hate other than you. Oh, and the funny thing is, this place is called Chubb.
Chubb?
So maybe they fucking trolled the news media with this.
I hope so.
I mean, that might be a possibility.
We're going to give New Jersey to Scott, by the way.
Yeah, Scott can have New Jersey.
Or Annika.
New Jersey.
Who do I hate? Who do I hate more? Yes, I know what that is. Who do I hate more, Scott or Annika? Annika.
Yeah, but he doesn't deserve New Jersey.
No, he deserves North Korea, because he likes Asian culture so fucking much.
Yeah, we'll give him North Korea.
Yeah.
I see good things happening coming from that, especially whenever he gets in one of those more emotional moods. Someone will be nuked.
Yes! I just hope it's not me. Oh, I want him to nuke China so bad because he fucking loves the Chinese. He said the Chinese language turns him on, so of course I posted Ching Chong.
Ching chong, walla walla, ding dong, boobies.
I still say Swedish turns me on, but that's just me. But yeah, Ching Chong. People are trying to be racist and say that Japan's. I was like, no, Japan's Akamori. There is a difference in the Asian languages. You just have to know what that is.
Yeah.
Like I can tell Chinese from Vietnam or Chinese from Japanese. Vietnamese not so much because they don't care.
I mean, I hear people confusing fucking Russian with German. It's like, no, you can tell that German follows our syllabic patterns, how our syllables form with ba 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 ba, whereas Russian's more da 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 da.
Sometimes, like the Germanic languages, like German, like Swedish, Norwegian, and shit like that, I can't really tell. And like someone's name, I can't automatically tell German or Swedish or whatever.
Dude, I just had to use a fire extinguisher.
Oh, okay.
Oh, why did you use the fire extinguisher?
I was like,
he needed a dildo to go up his ass. It was the only thing large enough to fit.
But I don't want you to survive, Annika.
Oh my god, I fucking caught some feeling fire.
I wanted him to die.
Don't worry, you will too someday.
I hope soon, because you're pissing me off every time you open your mouth, and every time you breathe, every time you walk, just die! I'm sorry.
Apparently there's a band called Cream Pie now. I just don't got time to check them out right now.
There used to be a band called the Creamsicles.
There used to be a band called Anarcha and Poppy.
There is a band called Poppy.
They played like hippie punk.
Hippie must die.
It's funny. Fat Mike talks about fucking hippies, but he is a hippie now.
I used to call myself a death metal hippie, then I got sick and tired of hippies being hippies.
I call myself a me.
Dude, that was the dopest shit ever. Andrew's like, you stop being mean to Elliot. That was the best shit I've ever seen.
Yes, everyone should stop being mean to me so that they can be show. I really wish every one of you were like really innocent and like had never met me before. Just, hi Elliot, how are you? Suck my cunt, bitch. Oh my god!
I think we should arm everyone. There needs to be a program called Guns for the Poor, where we go around into different poor families and the homeless and give them firearms.
Infamous butcher, angel of death. That's
Sure, why not?
I pissed today.
I'm so close to my girlfriend that I literally said, I would literally marry you. She's like, I would marry you too. And then
Curl up your mom's leg and pull on the string.
And then
I don't give a fuck because she's too young to know what she's talking about. You're too fucking innocent.
I'm too. You don't understand.
Fuck you all.
Anonymous just declared war on Donald Trump.
Good. So I don't give a fuck who you want to marry. You should get to know each other for at least a fucking year before you even talk about marriage.
We have known each other for over a year and a half.
And you should shit yourself before you talk about marriage.
That's a possibility.
And you should piss yourself. Then you should go out, get really fucked up, and fuck the first whore you meet. After that, then you can fucking talk about marriage. But she's too young to know what she wants because I know who I was at that age. Let's put it fucking that way. And you're too fucking innocent.
I'm innocent.
And emotional. I mean, Jim, when you were that age, did you fucking know what you wanted?
I thought I knew what I wanted, but no, I did not know what I wanted.
When I was that age, I was just getting into like real metal, like getting out of my core phase and getting into real metal. And experimented with some power pop and shit like that.
Are we talking Anarcha's age or his girlfriend's age?
His girlfriend's age.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean.
It's not really that fucking much of a difference. My mother was 30. My mother was 30 and dated a fucking 60-year-old. So it's not like it's a huge.
No, that's not the age difference. It's the maturity. He is the maturity.
Dude, okay, I know neither of you know who she is, but she makes me look like a fucking 1-year-old. She's probably as mature as Jim is.
Granted, everyone makes you look like a 1-year-old.
No.
No. First off, she's not gonna be as mature as I am.
Alright, not as you, but dude, okay.
I've had 40 years of fucking abuse in this life.
She is more mature, more intelligent, more everything than I will ever be in life.
She establishes order. Because I say that about my girl.
She establishes order in my fucking life.
Okay, I will admit my GF is probably more intelligent than I am. That's not like a lovey-dovey thing. That's just because she has something I lack called self-control. You know?
See, both my girlfriend and I are about the same on the intellect scale, but the thing is, we specialize in different areas. I like my math, I like my physics. She likes her medicine shit, and, we study different areas of history. I love fucking ancient wars and fucking conflicts and the whole entire ancient cultures, how they fucking worship their gods and shit. And she's more into the Victorian era.
I studied both, and modern day, obviously. But the thing is that when I was just getting out of the core scene into like real metal, and I just discovered some power pop, and I was like, okay, so I do actually like some pop and shit. But I thought I was asexual at that age. I thought I was asexual, and I didn't fucking like anyone. That was before I had my first hit of acid. So if I at that age met me at this age, not much of an age difference, you say. Dude, the me of this age would have murdered the me of that age because he was a fucking
Well,
tosser.
here's what I have to say about that. My cousin Amanda, she is I think 18 or 19 at this point. Been with us. She's I think she's officially married now, but she met her dude at like 14 or 15, and same my situation, but yeah, literally my situation, but 14 to 15, and now they're together, married, almost. I
Yeah,
think they
but
have a son or
19, but do you think it'll last? That's
fuck
the thing.
yeah.
Because I don't.
Okay, this is, and I've told her this too before. I've said these exact words. I'm like, I'd be a little skeptical if I just met you like fucking 2 or 3 months ago, and I felt this strong. I'd be skeptical, but considering we've been talking for over a year and a half now, early August of 2014 is when we met. So it's
See,
been.
I'm not trying to discourage you from
No,
fucking
I
dating
know.
it. I
No, I
don't.
know.
I'm just trying to put some fucking realism into your
That's
life.
what I
And
know. I know.
I bet Jim would have said the same fucking thing
I'm a
if I
universal
had met
strength.
him just before you got married, Jim.
I'm a.
If you
I'm
would have met me before I got married,
Just before, when you were
just
like engaged or
not even engaged, before, I mean, fucking, if you would have met me before I knocked up my ex-wife, oh
That's
my
so
fucking
romantic.
god.
Ow. I just choked on an ice cube.
Oh my fucking god! What? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just thought that was like so
Yeah,
romantic and love.
you would have been in for one hell of a party.
No, but I mean like
Because I would have been like, oh, cool, there's a blind kid here. Let's feed him acid, see what he does.
no. What I'm saying is like when you got married, but just before you got married, I bet you thought the same fucking thing. Oh, this is gonna last forever and lovey-dovey stars and all that
Yeah,
happy horse shit.
I know things
there
go
was
down
that,
south,
and it
but
has ended tragically with me not even having rights to my own kids.
Yes, I didn't mean to bring that
I
up.
went into it. You were talking about the way the relationship was going. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah. If I'm, thought it was going to last forever. Yeah, I
yeah.
actually did it. I thought, what I was doing was the honorable thing, and everything would come in, and everything would be hunky dory. The god and goddess would bless us, and no, it's turned into complete shit.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't. I mean, I think I have a connection with who I'm dating right now. And I'm going to try as hard as fuck as I can to make it last as
legit.
long as it can. But I also know that if shit happens, then shit happens. And, life is a fucking adventure.
Bad religion says human tragedy is everywhere.
Bad
Now,
religion also says, bad religion! Anyway,
now I will say this, okay? The girl that I'm dating now, it makes no logical sense because of what I'm usually attracted to. I'm usually attracted to people with more of a, I should say, dominant personality when it comes to the relationship, which she's more submissive in a lot of areas. People who are more, I'm usually attracted to girls who defy certain quote-unquote cultural stereotypes. Whenever she conforms to a lot of those same stereotypes, I prefer chicks rebelling in. But the whole thing just seems to be working so great. I got it really good where I'm at. I mean, the computer I got now and the car I got now, she fucking paid for that. And,
I'll put
I
it
mean,
this way,
and that's just the monetary aspect. She does great support work. I always had a lunch for work every fucking morning, except whenever she was too sick, which only happened like 3 times in the years we've been together. I think we've been together like, what, 4 or 5 years now.
when she first came on this show, I was worried that she was, well, not worried because I didn't care, but I was worried that you were going to yell at me because I thought she was going to be fucking offended by something that I said. Because, as you know, I can't control my mouth. So that was cool that she. But see, I mean, I'm.
Well, the one thing is, you got to remember, she's dating me. She has to put up with what comes out of my mouth.
Relating to
I
what
mean,
Jim just said, just throw this in there quickly. As you said on the comfort and all that, my girlfriend literally, as you both know, I have depression and anxiety attacks like all the fucking time. If I'm literally in the middle of feeling like an emo kid, all I have to do is just hear her fucking voice, and my heart rate and everything just goes right back to fucking normal. Like, she is my ultimate life support. And
Well,
I
that's
have
a shame because I want you to die. So you should break up with her.
suck a dick, you fucking asshole. But
Lady Boy's Mania is now following me.
but what I mean is like
Anyway, continue.
pretty much like she's literally life support for me. I mean, I have never. Christy, the girl that I dated back in 2011, and I kind of had a thing for her till 2014. No. This girl, I feel more. I would probably literally give my fucking life for her without hesitation. And I know people say that generically, but I can't like when I 4 months ago when I confessed my love to her because I've only been in love with her for about 6 or 7 months now. But
God, wouldn't that be great if he actually gave his life for her right now?
you'll kill yourself, you fucking nigger. But anyway,
Woohoo!
when I confessed my love to her, it took me that phone call. I remember I was at my grandparents' house. It took me literally 30 fucking minutes to say I'm in love with you. I just kept. I'm like, come on, fucking say it, you fucking pussy. And I finally.
Tijuana Christmas is now following me.
See, okay, stop changing the fucking subject, Jeff. Ah!
But yeah,
Especially because I'm trying to talk.
it took me so
Yeah.
fucking long to say that because my mind and my inner self will not let me say or do something
because
if
you're
I
a
don't
pussy,
fucking
we
mean
get
it.
it.
Suck that goddamn dick, you stupid fucking blind person.
Yay, he has balls. No,
Had
but
to
I mean,
choke him
Don't
long
make
enough.
me. No, shut the fuck up, Jim. Don't make me fucking fly out to Southern California and fucking bomb your goddamn house with a fucking something with a pipe bomb or something. I will come over there. I will burn your fucking computer down and rape you in the fucking head with a spatula, motherfucker.
okay. Spatula rape. Spatula rape.
Spatula City. Spatula.
Spatula City. Again, so I mean, my girl right now. I mean, you know me. I've never dated a punk or metal girl, and she's not. But there's just something between us that is just really cool that I like. I mean, there's something. You know, she's a freaking business major. I never thought I'd date a business major.
I never thought I'd date somebody who's motherfucker who is
But
listening to the mainstream as
but
they are.
something's, you know, we just get along, and she puts up with my like sociopathic tendencies. So, but like I said, I'm not, you know, I don't believe in some sort of soulmate. I just think that we're compatible and fucking we shouldn't work, but somehow we do. So let's have fun and go nuke the planet and fucking yay.
As long as she's willing to push the shiny
Nuke up
red button,
light.
it's all good.
I mean, you know, I've never, I don't know.
All
It's
I
just
do know
it's
is
a fun
that,
story, but I just don't like people who fucking all they fucking do is
If you're-
romanticize and fucking, you know, have these fucking starry-eyed notions. And people tell, well, you've never been married, but you know, like, dude, I've fucking seen a number of relationships and fucking been in a number. I fucking know how they work, and I know that, you know, starry-eyed illusions and shit, they don't work. Just go with the flow right now, but don't be like, I mean, I've never really known when to say I love you. But we say it now, but I was just, you know, I was like, I don't know, when the fuck do I say it?
I say it all the time.
Well, I say it every now and then, but I hate those couples who are like, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Fucking talk about something else, or get out of fucking my way before I fucking look you
See, we get in our moods where it's like that, but that only lasts for like maybe a minute before we're talking about something else or going silent and going to bed.
Well, you should hear me in like my romantic moods because I'm really awkward because I never fucking know what to say. So I'm always like, yeah, that would be cool. But like, I mean, yeah, I say I love you, but you know those couples who like you're sitting beside and all they say is I love you, and everything's kissy. You just want to mow them down with a lawnmower, hear their fucking screams, then back over them, then mow down their friends, then jack off in their mutilated remains.
There is a blogger. There's a YouTube blogger, okay?
Vlogger, you fucking...
Yeah, vlogger, whatever.
Vlogger!
Anyways, he does a bunch of video game rants. Goes by the handle of Alpha Omega Sin.
Oh my god.
And he just showed off a picture of his living room, and it is awesome. He has an entire wall. He has an entire wall mural featuring the cover art from Hell Awaits.
I saw Mango Sin is awesome as fuck.
That's
I
awesome.
actually talked to him.
No, Jim, I want you to look up the cover for the album Reek of Putrefaction and tell me if that will make a good mural.
You don't even know what it looks like.
Reek
Of
of
Putrefaction.
Pew.
I know what Hell Awaits looks like, fool. Yeah, tell me if that would be a good mural.
He's not blind.
Shut up.
Okay, that image there, and
My
The
friend
gory-
got to,
Click on the gory album cut. You know,
it's just a bunch of random cutouts of different, like, autopsy scenes.
that was censored too.
so apparently my
No,
friend
dude.
was, I gotta,
Yeah, I can tell it's
gotta-
censored because there's a few dead chicks here that they got the nipples covered with something else.
No, yeah,
And it
but
looks like
that's
it's
not
not
the
part of
original.
the image.
That's not the original cover. Then keep looking.
But funnily enough, my friend was in a New York Starbucks the other day, and I guess he ran into a radical feminist from Tumblr, and I guess he recognized her name from YouTube, because I guess the Amazing Atheist has done several rants against her, not on English
Fuck him.
but I guess somebody was complaining about the Starbucks cup still. It's like, get the fuck over it already.
I don't know anyone who complains about the Starbucks cups actually.
But anyway, this feminist, I guess she or no, this guy held the door open for her, because just being nice, whatever. Because people do that shit. And I guess she punched him in the fucking face for doing that. She's like, "You think I'm incapable of opening up a door?" She's like, "No, I'm just trying to be kind, That's all." Like, have a good day, ma'am. He's like,
See, I always like people who didn't hold the door open for me, because I was.
I'd slam in your fucking face.
No, well, yeah, I'm just like, fuck, I can open my own goddamn door. I never hold the door open for anyone unless they're my friends, and even then, I'm willing to lock them out. Just for shits and giggles. I've actually done that. One day, my friends were coming in the house, and just to fucking play a prank on them, I went in, slammed the door, locked them out, and they're like, let us in! I was like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, this album cover would be fine if you're into having a bunch of autopsy images on your fucking... and some of them are obviously faked. Others look like they're legit.
Am I fine with having a bunch of autopsies on my... Yes?
Yeah, I kind of figured you
But,
would. I'm just saying,
I went to Amoeba with... It was funny because I went to Amoeba, I bought...
Amoeba.
No. I went to Amoeba with... Fuck the adolescents. I went to Amoeba with... Shh. Okay, we're going to get copyright infringement from Casey Royer, who's going to come kick our ass, even though he's not even in the band anymore, so shut up. I went to Amoeba, and I got Carcass's Reek of Putrefaction. Before they remastered it, I got a used one. It was the original CD, not the one in the surgical bag, so it wasn't the remastered. I got Anal Cunt's 40 More Reasons to Hate Us, and State of Euphoria by Anthrax on tape, because they had a tape, and it was like $1. So I come into the fucking cash register. The guy looks at the cover and is like, whoa. Oh, and he also got Anal Cunt. That's nice. And my sister was getting like fucking, I think it was like Cher on cassette, and I was like, yeah, guess which one got which? It was awesome. But yeah, that album cover can still shock people.
Yeah, it still can.
But okay, what's the goriest album cover then?
Your face.
I can't really think. There's so many that are on the same
God,
scale.
I fucking hate him.
There are a lot of covers that are like on the same scale. I mean, I could say what the goriest was back when I was a kid. Or what that's what I thought it was, but
nowadays,
now it's like fucking impossible to nail down because
nowadays,
you got people actually being fucked with a knife, and you see their entrails falling out with a fucking fetus that's getting raped by a bull.
Well,
Oh,
Artery Eruptions Gouging Out Eyes of Mutilated Infants has a very bad drawing of several men fucking, like,
Blood
mutilated
on the
infants.
streets. Running, running.
Can
I'm
we
doing them.
stop him from singing?
yeah, that's kind of fucking
And,
annoying.
and he yells at us for anti-professionalism.
Yeah.
And he yells at people for interrupting, and all he does is sing. So I'm not
Well,
saying hypocrite. I'm just saying hypocrite.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're blind. I'm just saying you're blind.
I'm not saying what it has to do with anything. I'm saying what it has to do with anything. Biatch.
Knicker.
How can I be?
Okay, after this episode, I will no longer say any type of mean things to Elliot Lindemood on the air.
Why?
Oh, you believe me? Wow, what a pussy. What a fucking retard.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Remember, Annika? I was supposed to be nice. I was
Oh,
supposed to be
fuck.
like nicer. We actually had a thing, and I was like, yeah, maybe I should tone down if I'm actually like if I actually grow up. Maybe I should, still be cutting edge, but not needlessly offensive. And I even said something to the effect of, yeah, watch, I'm gonna forget about it in 10 minutes. Look look at where we are now. Yeah. So basically, and he was like, oh, you sell out, and I was like, no, I'm not, because I'm gonna forget about it and remember it.
Okay, that is something I did not need to see. Someone was jerking off an armadillo.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, it doesn't like disgust me. It's just something that I realized I did not need to see.
Oh, you needed to see it, Jim. Trust me.
What?
That's one of those.
Buffalo Wild Wings Mountain Dew flavored chicken wings could be
That's
some
disgusting.
idiotic. Mountain Dew's already fucking
What's
there.
going through the armadillo's mind at that moment?
Come on, the happy ending, the happy ending.
And the guy's just sitting there going, what has my life come to?
Responsible gun owner who shot wildly.
Her
at a
mouth felt
child.
so good that he made it a jacuzzi for his semen.
I guess there's a record that Jello Biafra got, and he described, and it was one of those like weird romantic records, like the fucking sex records or whatever. And he described the cover as something to the effect of, looks like he's part bird and he's puking a worm into her mouth, because it was a fucking guy, making out with the girl, and yeah. And it was a weird. You need to hear the Nardwar versus Jello Biafra interviews. I have a bunch of people Jim would like to meet. He just hasn't fucking, done that yet.
They've nailed every president.
Like fucking that guy Randy that I keep telling you to fucking check out.
Yeah, I just haven't done so because I'm
He's a
always...
fucking he's a musician, and his Facebook page, you'd fucking get along with him quite well. I mean, you may not always agree with him, but I don't know. He's very irreverent and very politically incorrect. So yeah, you and him would have the most fun, fucking discussions.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so yesterday I played I played her Infected by Bad Religion, and I just kind of turned it around a little bit, and now it has a very sexual meaning.
Cool.
Someone is playing Family Feud.
I'm not.
The TV show.
Yeah.
And the question is, if Batman got married, name somebody he knows that probably would not get an invitation. The answer was his parents.
I sent my girl cephalotropsy and fucking dissection, so. Because I like. Hey, that's a test. If you can stand it, you don't have to like it, but if you can stand it. Yeah, it was funny. Anna's like, I don't think Infected's about drugs. I was like, I think it was written by Brett Gurewitz, so yes, it is about drugs.
And now I turned it into a fucking sex song.
I think it would turn into a sex song. No, you know what the best sex song is? Marianne by Guar. Our love has been so perfect since the day you passed away. Or BDF, or fucking an animal, or child. I like Ball Sack. I always thought he had a pretty good voice, actually. And it's funny, people were like, it's funny, if you read reviews of We Kill Everything on Metal Archives, which is probably one of my favorite Guar albums. I don't give a fuck. They're like, hey, that fucking Mary Ann's like a fucking pop punk song. I'm like, do you not realize it's a parody of pop punk? Because it's a guy with a bear trap for a face singing about his love for a dead woman who's rotting and decaying. And it's actually got some good riffs to it that I like get stuck in my head. So it'd be like, it's a fucking pop punk song. Guar's not supposed to do pop punk. I'm like, it's a parody, stupid.
Yeah. Down, dead dog.
Having a child with a person I don't even know. Fuck, I need to play that album again because I fucking played We Kill Everything, Carnival of Chaos, and Ragnarok so many times. Like every time we were in the car, I would always put in one of those three because those are the only three albums I had except for Beyond Hell. I play and Beyond Hell, so I played them like over and over again. So that's why I like those albums so much because I fucking listen to them nonstop.
Bloody Mary. Pretty scary.
Bloody Mary's Bloody Cunt.
Yeah.
That's a G.G. Allen song.
Now speaking Guar.
Oh.
Two combined.
G.G. Allen, Guar, you know.
We're all good.
Yes! Iron Maiden. There are actually a couple songs on the X Factor that I actually like.
Yeah, I like the X Factor.
I like Blaze Bayley. I thought it was a different thing. It wasn't as bombastic. It was a little more grounded, a little more rough, a little more, a little more kind of human. Whereas, I like Bruce, obviously, and I like Paul Di'Anno, too. Where'd Annika go?
I'm here.
Oh, who left then?
I did for a second because I started madly air drumming to Wild in the Streets and I accidentally yanked my microphone out of my computer.
Oh, because, Jim's voice got all clear for a second. I was like, hell, someone left. Yeah. I can't air drum to Wild in the Streets. It's just not that good of a song. Circle Jerk should have broke up after the first LP. That's my opinion. I like some of this stuff afterwards, but first LP, good. Others, but, whatever. They did.
Hillary Clinton wants to raise the retirement age.
To what? Like, it's already raised to what? Like 75 or some shit?
Yeah, it's 75.
It's already fucking ridiculous.
This completely, you know what they should do? If they're
You
gonna
can retire when you die.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or if you get rich.
Sorry about the noise in the background. My dogs are fucking stupid.
You wouldn't have said stupid. I just about started laughing my ass off.
Well, they are stupid. Look, they're barking at nothing.
No. If you would have just left it, my dogs are fucking, I would have laughed my ass off. Your dog's fucking. Big abortion.
Yeah, they're saying.
We're
not sure if there's someone out here, but we're gonna bark anyway.
Elliot, quoting you, you want your girl to like your music. My girl loves my music.
I don't really give a shit if my girl likes my music. She can take it, so I'll accept that.
Rape cannon, fire!
Rape cannon. I used to play Kitten Cannon at school. We got in so much trouble for Kitten Cannon in middle school. You remember that game, right?
Why is that fucked up for?
What?
Oh, okay. Gonna have total OCD real quickly.
Okay, while you're doing that, Jim, do you remember Kitten Cannon, where you shoot the kitten out of the cannon?
Yes.
No.
It was a game where you shoot a kitten out of a cannon and it splatters everywhere.
Okay.
And we fucking played that in middle school and got in so much trouble.
I bet. Those people are pussies.
No,
Unless you're talking about a real kitten, then I would have been angry.
Yeah, I don't want to kill a kitten. Kittens are cute. I hate kittens because I'm metal. I'm not allowed to think anything's cute.
I still want to fucking play that one game where, but I have no idea who would play the father on it, because one guy's playing the father, baby-proofing the house, and the other one is playing the baby trying to kill itself. And I want to play that game as the baby trying to kill itself.
But I want to play the baby and try to kill Anarcha. I said, wait, a baby trying to kill himself? Anarcha, this is your game.
Wilbur horse.
How many fucking attacks can I make at Anarcha in the next hour?
I'm listening to Wilbur horse about Dayglow abortions. Not even paying attention to you.
I don't have any Dayglow on my iPod anymore. Because I needed to get... Sorry, I needed to get rid of it and get some more grindcore. And death metal. And some power metal.
Fred is apparently the fifth horseman of the apocalypse.
Who?
Fred.
Okay. I mean, I like Dayglow abortions, but it was either that or fucking that Funabron band that Daryl Kane was in after fucking Citizen's Arrest. So I was like, yeah, okay, gotta delete Dayglows. Sorry, dudes. That was disgusting. You were disgusting. Yes. Go die.
Yeah, I think I'm on fucking fumes here, so I'm gonna have to call it.
Let me see something here really quick. Fuck, I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Unless you have something really awesome.
No, it's been a while, but, you know, whatever, fuck, Anarcha doesn't like you. What?
Hundreds of people turn out to a funeral of a World War II veteran who died with no known relatives.
Good.
That's, well, I mean, that's kind of interesting, actually. God, all the World War II veterans are dying off so fast.
Well, yeah, they're fucking old.
They're like getting into their 80s, 90s, pushing 100.
That kind of sucks, though, because, you know, now we're you know, we don't have any World War I veterans. All the World War II veterans are dying. You know, the Vietnam War.
It's always nice to have that connection to history so that you could learn from it, but everyone's trying to fucking censor the shit out of it.
Yeah, now
so
the Vietnam,
can't learn from it.
The Korea and Vietnam War people are getting older, so, you know, yeah, we don't have that connection to history anymore, which is, in my opinion, really sad.
Yeah, it's sad in my opinion, too.
I mean,
because hearing some of the old war stories on top of what they thought of the politics at the time, which some still think the politics were shit even for World War II.
Yep, it was interesting reading about the Blitz and the Battle of Britain, you know, that whole thing, and, you know, so it's interesting just to hear about it. But now, you know, the younger generation doesn't care.
Yeah,
or if they do care, they prefer watching Deadliest Warrior, which is, you know,
fiction.
You've seen Deadliest Warrior, right? It's like, who would win in a fight, a Waffen SS soldier or a Viet Cong soldier? What does it matter? They're never going to fucking...
Let's go look at, you know, Genghis Khan versus Alexander the Great.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't care about that because that could have never happened.
Yeah,
I mean, it'd be great for a video game, just not so much for actual historical representation.
And then they have people talk about their firepower, but yet you need more than good firepower in a war to win the war.
You need a lot more than that. You need good strategy and everything.
Yeah, strategy, tactics, but they don't talk about that. I've watched one episode of Deadliest Warrior. It was the Nazi versus Viet Cong, the Nazi one, by the way. And yeah, they just all they talked about was the firepower. They didn't talk about tactics or anything. There was this cool scene where they used a Vietnam landmine to go blow up a pig.
No, they had one with where they wanted to do flat-out war. Now, this is something that I actually did find interesting off that. They wanted to simulate a flat-out war with 1960s CIA versus 1960s KGB. And they had retired people from both branches. And it looked like the fucking KGB side wasn't even trying. So that way, I guess we would underestimate the current manifestation of said branch. You know, that's the only reason they lost was because whenever they were trying to, like, test the tactics, you know.
But haven't you heard Putin said it doesn't exist anymore? Putin said all is fair.
Yes, and he was trained by whom? Oh, wait, I forgot. I can't mention that. Oh, no, they're coming for me.
Ah!
Frank Caller. Frank Caller.
I hear there's fucking sounds of them breaking down your
You know
door.
what's kind of funny, honestly,
What?
on this whole metal aspect? Kind of a lot of the hardcore punk bands that I grew up with, like Nasal Abortions and them, who kind of jumped into metal a little bit, are actually starting to make me like when I actually listen to legitimate metal. I'm not turning away from it at this point. Like
Well,
I don't even know what the fucking name of the band was last time, but there was a legitimate metal band I was listening to after I listened to Two Dogs Fucking by Dayglow, and this isn't too bad.
well, I mean, the thing about with hardcore metal is as musicians improve, you can't play 3 chord punk rock anymore because you played the same 3 chords. So you either unfortunately get more poppy or you get more metal. So, that was always. I mean, that's why I never thought there was a fucking division between punk and metal because I grew up in it. So, I play a lot of punk bands with metal. As far but I still know some metal people who won't listen to punk because they think it's too primitive or something.
I give it a
God.
shot. It's just I keep running into pop shit. Once
See,
I listen
that's
to
why.
some of your posts, then I might actually stand a chance of liking it.
No shit, Jim. That's what I was about to say. That's why you should just listen to me or Corey because he seems to know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
We still need to get him on this fucking show. But yeah, just listen to me, Jim. I had a point I was going to bring up. I mentioned it on the Wednesday show, the stupid Wednesday thing we did, but I forgot the point I was going to bring up. Someone listen to that show and listen to all 6 hours and tell me what I was supposed to.
What is it about politics?
I don't remember. It was about
Was it
Paul.
about drugs?
I think it was. Oh, we were talking about the student protest thing that I saw the night before. That was kind
Yeah.
of infuriating. Oh no, I was going to make a point. Okay, so when I first joined, and I understand you're kind of tired, but I'm just going to make this point quickly or whatever. Fucking,
Yeah.
it might be a good point. Who knows? When I first got into the whole thing, and I was listening to Scott, and you, and everyone else talk, and I didn't really do any research. So when you guys were talking about how they lied, it's not that I didn't believe you. I was just like, wait. I thought they were like. I thought they were like supposed to be speaking the truth. I didn't know they fucking lied like that. And then I did some research and I was like, oh, they actually did lie. But because as Sargon said, people don't want to admit that people, you know, so-called SJWs or people like that do lie because that would besmirch everything they stand for, and it'll also besmirch just traditional human rights or whatever, because now everything's going to be lumped in with something else. And can we just
Yeah.
No,
nuke
it's
the
not. I can't
planet?
find the goddamn thing. I'm done.
Can we kill Anarcha, please?
I'm gonna go for a little bit. I'll talk to you guys later.
Alright, you go and fucking take a knife into your urethra.
Why would you want to take a knife into your urethra?
Oh no, ask Anarcha why.
But I can't because you left.
And your dog keeps barking in time. It's trying to keep time with a song.
It's Charlie. That's my dog, Charlie. There's 3 dogs who bark, but now the 2 of them are shut up, so she's just going, I'm a dachshund, I'm going to bark. Stupid fucking dog. Doesn't understand what radio is. So that was an interesting argument, though, with Ian. I mean, it was hair pulling, but it was interesting, at
Yeah.
least. I just wish he was a little. What?
It was definitely in the UG category, and I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, but hey, it made for interesting radio, at least.
Yep.
I mean, listening to the thing I hate about listening to radio rather than joining it is when I listen to it, I have an urge to like make an argument, but I can't because I'm like that's why I say I don't often listen to other people's radio shows or hangouts, because someone will say something and I'll be like, I really want to make an argument, but I can't. So that's why I mainly just listen to those that I'm in already,
Yeah, I know the feeling.
because then it's just like, fuck. I really want to strangle this person. Shut up, Charlie.
And that's when the internet did
That's
the
when the
thing.
that's when the internet did the thing.
And the stuff.
And
And all the black helicopters.
the silent black helicopters
Hmm.
with a silent mode, which airport, people who live by airports would fucking love to have silent helicopters. I'd love to
Yeah.
have silent helicopters.
Yeah, I want a silent helicopter myself with stealth capabilities and EMP shielding.
Yes. So yes, there will be a PTR on Christmas then. Merry fuckmas. It'll be. We have to talk about blasphemy.
Yeah, sheer utter blasphemy
Yes.
in the courts of sodomy.
It will do PT. It will be PTR episode. I think it's 52. Holy shit, 52 already.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Time flies when you're not having fun.
When you're
No,
just dwelling on the Great Grand Sodomy Network.
hopefully the Great Grand Sodomy Network. Hopefully, one of my friends will be doing a hangout this weekend. I can crash and say obnoxious things.
Mm,
So if we want to end this, I can go post some more music.
okay, yeah, we'll do that.
Because I figure you're getting kind of burnt and I'm getting kind of burnt. So
Yeah, I ran out of energy drinks, and yeah.
I still have mine, but whatever.
And then I have to shit, so, that's going to take a while.
Yeah.
Must
Sweet.
expel the excrement from the grand and holy sphincter of Jim's ass. Let us pray.
Let us. Yeah, I'll not do that.
There we go. All right.
Now I'm
Have
thinking of
fun.
shit I gotta find on YouTube.
Okay, well, you have fun here, and I'll catch you later.
All right, I will see you later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and with that, we will end our. I always like to wait just a minute, just in case. What the fuck? Just in case someone wants to come. So this has been Political Trendy Radio, episode 48 for the God, what's today? The 11th of December, 2015. A lot of ones and twos in that. Weird. You can email the show at ellinthemood@gmail.com. Twitter's at PTRadio666. Facebook.com/Political Trendy Radio for the Facebook page. For special guest Ian Smith. Oh boy. For Mason. For the Freemason. For the non-free Eric. For the annoying Anarcha. For the Jim. I'm Elliot. And I don't know what the hell the color yellow is, but we'll see you next Monday.